All right, we're live.
We
We're live,
live. So,
bitches.
so am I right? Is it time for the Jamie
No!
Show?
This
Oh
is not
shit,
the
wrong
James
time. Yeah, wrong time,
Alf
wrong time.
Benny
Sorry.
Raw.
I can't help myself, man. Every time I go on a live stream, now it's like it's the Jamie Show.
That image
Awesome
is
habit,
freaky,
man.
Alf. Oh, I guess the image I have on my for the live thing, yeah. It's
Oh
like
yeah,
an
your
old
banner.
painting, like American painting with all these like, like George Washington and Abe Lincoln and stuff. But it's changed with like Cthulhu and monsters and shit.
Nice.
Pretty nice.
Amy's in the chat and she's just typed in the Jamie Show.
No.
We're gonna make everyone's channel the Jamie Show.
So what were you guys arguing about?
Oh no. We were talking. What? You went on Discord? What? Before I
Yeah,
joined?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay,
jumped in. I just hear you guys like blah 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 blah. I'm like, what the fuck is going on in here?
I was I was chatting with Chris and things about life and just like how life can be shit.
Oh yeah, I can. Yeah, I was feeling really shitty this morning. I woke up, I was all feeling shitty and grumpy, but now I feel good. I had my coffee, I had breakfast, took a shower, feeling good.
Oh, I know how that feels, mate.
Yeah. So what you been up to, man?
Oh, just working, relaxing, birthday, recovering.
Yeah, your birthday. How was your birthday? It was fun, right?
Yeah, it's fucking awesome, mate. It was fucking banging.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that live stream was fun. If you guys didn't watch it, it was on was it on the Jamie Show channel? Yeah, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. You can go back and watch it. We had a birthday stream for Jay, and David confessed his love for me.
He did. Oh, speaking of which, do you know what I need to do right now before this stream gets too long? Is I need to tweet at David and be like, "Suck it, bitch! I'm live with Alfie. Jealous much?" Just to do it. Oh dear. So yeah, not really much to report on my end, life's just been life, getting on with it.
Yeah, that's good.
What about you? What's new with you?
I got my promotion. I'm gonna be shipment manager.
Yeah.
No more assistant manager for me. So I get a raise. Awesome. I still work the same days, just longer hours, a little longer. But nice. Yeah, it's good. I needed to make a little more money. I haven't gotten that dog walk I was telling you about. I'm supposed to get an extra dog that's like 2 blocks away, and it's a 20-minute walk, and that'll give me like 50 extra bucks a week. So just for a quick 20-minute walk, right? That's 3 blocks away. I was like, whoa.
What?
Like the girl that has the walk says it's a little out of her way. So she's like, and you live right there. I was like, yeah, that's perfect for me. I'll definitely take that. It's a nice dog too. A little old dog, but she's nice. She likes me. So I hope I get that to her. She's got to wait till she gets one more dog, to fill in that slot.
Yeah.
So I hope that happens soon. Paul, the talking donkey.
So yeah, hello, Paul, the talking donkey. So life's been going well and whatnot, and especially in the work career at the moment, it's getting better.
Yeah, everything's going good. Good, I gotta clean
my. What about
ground.
the love life, Alfie?
It's all right. Is
there any face fucks going on?
Not at the moment, no. This area is kind of tough for that, because I don't know, people here are a little on the dumb side, I guess. It's hard to explain, but there's some good people around, but all the good chicks are like taken usually, so it gets hard because there's a lot of chicks that end up liking me, but I know that I'm like, like you meet a girl, you talk to them for a bit, and that you're it's gonna be worthless to try to start a relationship with them. It's like, that won't last long.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll get on each other's nerves real quick. It'll last a few months and be like, all right, that's enough. And, when you get older, it's like there's no use in having short relationships. You usually get into relationships at this age for longevity. You want to make it last.
Yeah, definitely agree with that, mate. You want that connection and whatnot.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's always good to go out and sow your seed and whatnot.
Yeah, that's always cool.
But even that can be a bit fucking of a nightmare.
I see. Muddy Waters is asking if I checked out Black Panther. Yeah, it hasn't come out yet. It comes out Friday, no? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it comes out Friday. I don't think it's out yet. I do want to check it out, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to this weekend. But if I am, I'll go. I'll probably do a review on it on my channel.
Sounds good. Have you seen that? I don't know if you've got Netflix, but they've got this new Netflix series that's out. It's like lightning bet. I don't know. It was fucking terrible. I watched about 5-10 minutes of the first episode. I was like, this is shit.
What is it? What is it about?
It's a Marvel series. It's
what all the Marvel series on Netflix are pretty good.
This one, I would no, not all great. I mean, I thought that fucking what's his name? That one with the Kung Fu or whatever it was that he practiced.
Iron Fist.
Iron Fist. I thought that was shit. I didn't actually enjoy it. I thought it was fucking boring.
Better than Luke Cage. I thought Luke Cage was boring.
What? I loved Luke Cage.
Really?
Luke Cage was,
I thought Luke Cage was really slow. It didn't pick up until like the last 2 episodes or something.
Yeah, I thought that Jessica. Sorry, go on.
He didn't really have like a good villain to fight either. That was kind of boring about it. He had that one guy who had that suit, but that was like right at the end, and that lasted like 1 episode. And I was like, that's it. Like everybody else, he just kind of plowed through. So it was like, got kind of boring.
Okay.
Yeah, Jessica Jones is really good. That was a good one.
I didn't really enjoy it that much.
No, I liked it a lot. And season 2's coming. I think that's gonna be good too.
I must admit, I did enjoy the team meetup series.
Defenders. That one is another one that was really slow at first. So it wasn't until like the last 2 episodes where it got good. Daredevil's great though. That's a good show. Have you seen that one?
Daredevil. I've seen that. I thought that was brilliant. Same with Punisher.
Yeah, Punisher. I haven't finished it yet. I gotta finish it. I watched like the first 4 episodes and I really liked it, but just kind of lost not lost interest, but lost time and then go back to
I get
that. I'll go back to it soon. I started that Altered Carbon show. That one's pretty good so far. I gotta keep watching it still.
Oh, right. Okay. So since you've seen it, so May, let's talk about that the fact that you can download your consciousness down into this thing and then boom, insert yourself into any new body. Eternal life, bitches. Eternal life.
Yeah, I bet Rowan's gotta like that show, right?
Oh no, have fucking flaws with it. I think it's brilliant because no more like having to take a ship across the country or fucking even if we got to like
you can just download yourself into another body across the country, right?
Across the country, across other planets. It would be amazing. And not just that, but like, mate, imagine going out on a Friday night, you put yourself in a hunky looking dude and whatnot, and you go out and fuck every bird without condom. You'd never get an STD. You wouldn't have to worry about AIDS. You wouldn't have to worry about HIV. You could have all the degenerate butt sex you wanted and life would be awesome.
Rowan would still be against that, right?
Yeah, degeneracy.
No butt sex.
Oh dear.
He may look like Willy Wonka, but he doesn't visit the chocolate factory.
I don't want to go into other things about that series because I want you to watch it all. Yeah. But that's about all I'm going to say about it. But yeah, it would be so cool if that was the way you could just boom, download yourself like that. That'd be awesome, man. It's the way, the future.
So there's all these things I'm seeing about the Florida school shooter, and they're saying he was a white supremacist and this and that. I'm like, he's not even white. I'm guessing he's Cuban. He's definitely Hispanic. His last name is Cruz, and it's not even that. It's like De La Jesus Cruz or something. So.
Sounds fun.
That they always try to push that narrative, right? The white supremacists.
Well, we'll see how it goes.
And then YouTube last night, right? We're posting about that little poem. What was it?
Last night was red, violets are blue.
Yeah, and then he recorded us and put it up on one of his. I watched it this morning. I was like, "Oh shit!"
my response was like, when I seen that this morning, I was like, "Oh yeah, I knew I was going to be in a Devon video. I didn't expect the whole video to be all of us just chatting about that. That was a bit of a shock."
Yeah, Chris said he didn't even realize he didn't hear Devon when he said he was recording us. I remember him saying that.
I remember it. It was funny because we were like, "Oh, well, aren't you always recording?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's Operation Mincemeat."
Yeah, that was fun though. Last night was hilarious. We were talking to him. We were watching those videos and shit.
Yeah, it was great fun.
The police videos. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Those police videos were fucking.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh mate, hats off to every fucking police officer in the US. Fair play to your coppers, man. Because oh shit, they need all the love and support that they truly deserve, mate. Hashtag Blue Lives Matter.
That one in Jersey, like I can't really see the police having done anything different in that situation. That guy just walked up and pointed his hands out like that. Remember?
Yeah. That was the one who had his sort of hand down to his side. Then he put it behind him, and then he pulled it out really quickly. Yeah, that was. And mate, the moment he put his hands behind his back, I was like, he's gonna get shot. He's gonna get shot. This is a matter of seconds.
Yeah, he wanted that. You could tell in the video. Like, what other reason do you have for doing that? He definitely wanted to get shot, but hey, that's what happens.
that video with the woman officer with the taser and whatnot, you could tell she really didn't want to taser him, but
no, he gave him many chances. Like he just,
yeah.
Then he tried to hop the fence, and she tased him on the fence, and he like fell on his head and shit. I was like, oh damn. And then that fucking fat cop came, and he couldn't hop the fence. I was like, oh god, man, this guy needs to lose some weight or something. Like, if you can't hop a fence. Yeah, if you can't hop a fence, you're not a good cop, man. You gotta be able to. It wasn't even that high of a fence. Like I would have hopped that in seconds, and I'm short, you know.
Yeah. What was it? Fucking. Damn it. But totally lost my train of thought now. But that other, what was that other one we watched as well? The one where oh, that was what I was gonna say. The fucking cop needs to stay out of the donut shop. That's what that one needs to do.
Yeah, he definitely a little too many days in Dunkin' Donuts when he should.
Yeah.
He should be working out at the gym instead.
Yeah, definitely. The other video, which one was that? The one where the fucking woman had shot the other woman, and the cops were running around trying to cuff them.
Yeah, shot her in the leg. No, I think the cop did shoot her. I think it came and she had a revolver in her hand and they shot her. I thought at first it seemed like the other woman shot her, but I don't think that's what happened. I think the cop. Yeah, I think the cop came and she had a revolver in her hand, so they shot her in the leg. That was textbook to me. They shot her in the leg, and then right after they bandaged it up and made a tourniquet, to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, that's right.
That was well executed.
I mean, I thought it was quite something how because going back to that first one with the guy who put his hand behind his back and sort of walked out towards the cops, you could tell straight away when the video started because the cops had clearly noticed him, had already called for backup, already called for a paramedic team.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that the moment they called them, they were on their way because
the Jersey one.
They shot that geezer and within a matter of seconds, the paramedics were in. And then about a shit ton of other units were in. Yeah,
it was less than a minute. It was like 45 seconds. The ambulance. So I think they probably called them ahead of time because they knew it was going to end up being like that way. The guy was already walking around pointing guns and shit. So they were probably like, we're going to have to shoot this guy or a cop is going to get shot. So we're going to need an ambulance here.
Exactly, right.
That's good. I'm glad they did that. That's the way it should be. Jersey cops go through a lot of fucking crazy shit, man.
Clearly.
There's a lot of really bad ghetto areas here. There's this we have this one city here, Camden, and that's like one of our worst cities, man. It's just constant shootings and assaults and shit. It's just a terrible place. I would never live there. I've been there once and I was fucking scared out my ass. And just looking around, when a place is ghetto, you look around and like the buildings are all like decrepit and shit, and all the infrastructure is fucked. Like they don't spend any money on those towns. Fuck this place.
Do you know what the funny thing is, right? Is I could go to any sort of left-wing sort of meeting where they talk about police violence and whatnot, and obviously the conversation of American police violence comes up without fucking fail. It's like the biggest talking point. Basically, they will go, oh, the over-militarization of the police force, they're so heavily armed. And every time I see a video like the ones we saw last night with Devin, I think the same thing time after time after time. Thank fuck you arm your police so heavily.
Yeah.
Seriously.
In a place, in some places you need that, man.
Definitely, mate.
There's some places around here where cops are even scared to do anything, They'll drive right by somebody who's like mugging someone and not pull over because they're like, now this ain't even worth it, we get out and help this person and we're gonna get killed. It's not even worth it.
Jesus, that's crazy.
So
man.
It's no wonder in some places we arm our cops because they need it. You got to be like military at that point.
The Talking Donkeys asked a very interesting question I see in the chat.
Any royal news we're not hearing here in the States?
Yeah. Okay. So on the Alf Benny show, we now go to our special correspondent for the royal news.
Our British correspondent.
So for us, I don't know if you Yankees have heard of this, but the Commonwealth of Nations, this is like the group of nations in the Commonwealth. The head of the state of the Commonwealth isn't actually hereditary. It's by appointment of the Commonwealth nations and the governor generals and prime ministers, and I think the inner circle of it is about 20 something countries. And at the moment they are having a meeting to discuss who the next basically monarch of the Commonwealth will be. To be honest with you, it's going to be Charles. There's no chance they'll not have the current head of England as the monarch of the Commonwealth. So I'm very sure it's going to be him. And the Queen is promoting it to be Charles. So we'll see what happens. Also, if you want some other royal news, the Dutch Queen, still a queen, would bang her definitely. And the Danish Queen, she's married. I think her husband was also a monarch from another country, so he wasn't allowed to be king. He was a prince. He died recently, so everyone and anyone is making condolences and all that usual stuff that world leaders do. So there you go. There's some royal news from Europe.
What about this diversity council thing? No white men are allowed.
Oh, you want to bat in the Labour Party, mate?
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I saw an article about that like the day before, because you were talking to us about it last night, but I saw an article about that day before, and I showed it to Chris and Chrissy, and they didn't know what it was about. They were like, "Oh," I was like, "Is this real?" And they were like, "Oh, I don't know," but we wouldn't doubt it.
I guess it's real. It is real.
That's crazy.
Basically, the youth group of the Labour Party have decided that the next national election committee for equality and whatnot, that the only positions that are going are open to women, LGBT, BME, which is black, ethnic and minority groups, and obviously disabled people. So basically everyone but straight white men.
I'm sending Amy the Hangout link.
Oh, sweet. Now we can definitely turn it into the Jamie show.
I don't think she's free right now, but I told her I sent her, so after she works out or whatever, if she wants to come in.
Oh, she'll be coming in, and you know what's going to happen.
You guys are like my regular guests.
We love hanging out with you, Alf. It's awesome.
We're part of the scum fucks.
We're the scum fucks.
The AIU scum fucks. Oh yeah, I should send it to Devin too if he wants to come in. I like when Devin comes in. He always cracks us up. Yeah, he might not be awake, but I'll DM it to him in case he does.
I love it. The Jaffe show.
The Jaffe show.
You just scream until the Jamie show starts.
I was like, fuck you, Dan. Well,
that's brilliant.
We're like sister shows, you know. You watch one and then you go to the other.
Exactly.
All day AIU scumfuck TV.
No, that's an idea.
Thinking if I should DM it to him on Twitter or on Discord. I think I'll just do it on Discord. Yeah, so sometimes he DMs me on Twitter.
Just dump it there as well. You don't really check Discord.
He DM'd me one day and I was at work and I was like, just working, feeling shitty. And he was like, work sucks, right? I was like, yeah, but I was like, it's not always too bad, you know, like I work out a balance. And he was like, oh yeah, that's what Yoda said, right? You got to find a balance. I was like, yeah, Yoda was a smart fucking midget.
Hey, work sucks. Okay, so who's the hottest royal of all time? Oh. Well, technically, it depends, because there's Pippa Middleton, who is the sister of Prince William's wife, Kate.
Mm-hmm.
Her family is technically royalty now because they've married into the royal family. But if you want an actual, bloodline royal, I would say, oh, what's her name? I can never remember her fucking name. There's this, I think it's Fergie's, no, it's Andrew's daughter. She just got married in Gloucester recently, I'm pretty sure. Princess something. I'll have to look it up. But yeah, she is gorgeous. Oh, Kelly's saying I'm gonna go with young Lizzie. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah, a young Queen Elizabeth, definitely. Sorry, Alf. This is turning into a fucking royalist stuff.
Horny monarchy.
I'm taking over, mate.
That damn monarchy. Nah, it's all good. Hi, Kelly. Kelly Newell. Oh, Alex is here too. What's up, Alex?
Yeah, he says his Twitter's been deleted. He says his Twitter's been deleted, apparently. Twitter banned him.
What? Why?
That's what he said in the chat. Yeah, controversial, all right. He said that Islam is not the religion of peace. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. You get banned. Burp. Taken down. He says he's talking.
Whoa.
Okay. So, what was I gonna ask? Oh, so you got a Twitch channel now?
Yeah. As well. Yeah.
You're testing it. You were testing it last night.
Yeah, this is true. And yes, who was it who's just said that? Yes, Dustin, you're right, mate. It is her.
Who? What?
I missed
Prince Beatrice of York. Oh, that's who you were talking about. You couldn't remember her name.
I game from time to time. Yeah. So my gaming. So basically, when I was younger, I was like massive into gaming. I bought an Xbox One pretty much when they came out, and to be honest with you, in the last 3-4 years, my gaming amount has just gone boom.
Yeah, you've been busy.
Been busy, work, life, YouTube, you know how it goes. And sort of the other day, I realized that I had a couple of games that I didn't realize. I had Mad Max and Payday 2. So I was just playing them. And then I realized, hang on a second, I got a fucking Xbox Connect. I can stream this shit, so I thought I'd test it out. Plus, I got a good friend of mine likes to play video games as well, and me and her might be playing some games, mate.
Nice. Well, what other games you got?
Ooh, fucking hell, mate. On the Xbox One, I think I've got over 100 and something odd games on there.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a 4 terabyte hard drive plugged in that bitch.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you got a lot of stuff that you could play.
Yeah. But the games on the Xbox One, they're fucking massive. They're like 40 gig of fucking game.
Yeah, I like buying physical because you end up filling up a hard drive and you got to buy another one. All that shit. And wait to download them. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Do you know what the funny thing is, though? So, when I got my Xbox, my mate also got an Xbox, and what we did, because he didn't have gold, but I did, so I set up because this is the weird thing about Xbox Ones, right? They have 2 profiles, so they have the profiles for everyone to sign in, so they can have all their own profiles, but they have who does the actual physical console belong to profile. So I signed in on his with mine, and basically Microsoft think that's my console. And he signed in on mine. So if one of us doesn't have gold, it doesn't matter. We can always go online. And if one of us buys a game, it automatically downloads on the other's console and the other person can play it as well. And then also one of my mates, he installed his profile because he came over one day and he never logged out. And ever since, it's just downloads every single one of his games when he buys a new one. He comes over and he's like, sweet, I can play this. And it's like, yeah, I've been playing it for months, mate, because, it's already installed and I don't need you to be here to play it. It's fucking one of the benefits of Xbox, actually, right now, is that you can do all this. And I haven't bought a game in months. It's been brilliant. I get all these free games, Mad Max, Payday 2, all free, mate. I'm loving it.
I have an Xbox One, too. I just, it was like, Yeah, I just don't like to pay for the online shit. I'm like, fuck that. So I don't pay for it to go online.
Oh, Alfie, what games have you got for your Xbox One? Just top games.
Not many, because I'm not a big Xbox fan. I bought it because my ex-girlfriend liked it. So I bought it for her for Christmas one time. And then when we broke up and she moved out, she never took it. So now I just have one. I have XCOM. That game is fantastic. Borderlands.
Don't have that.
Crackdown 2.
Don't have that.
Some Batman game.
Don't have that.
Lollipop Chainsaw. But I don't think you can play that online anyway.
Don't have that.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
Oh, Alfie, we're gonna have to get some. You're gonna have to get some multiplayer games for the two of us.
Yeah, so we could play. Yeah, Borderlands is cool. You ever play any of the Borderlands games?
I think I played the first one.
The second one was a lot better, but those games are cool.
Let's see what I can get down there. CEX, mate.
But you got to pay to play online, and I don't want to pay to play online. Screw that.
I'll buy you. It's only like $15 for like 4-month thing.
No, I'm not a paying for it.
Oh, it's nothing. It's nothing.
But if we do, well, if we are going to play online or something, then maybe I will pay for it and do it. There's $15 for 4 months. Ain't that bad?
Something like that. Yeah, it's cheap as fuck. Ain't that too bad? But yeah, and then also we can stream it as well.
Yeah, that'd be cool
if you're online. Yeah. Have you got the Kinect, or is it just the Xbox you've got?
It's just the Xbox. But you don't need that. Oh yeah, you need the Kinect to stream online.
Yeah, from your from your Xbox One. Yeah, unless you want to do it by plugging the Xbox into your PC and using OBS and whatnot to do that.
I don't need all that. I have an Elgato. I just hook it up to that. That's how I record games. It's a video capture card.
Yeah, if you got one that does the Xbox One, does that one do the Xbox One? Does it?
Yeah, any HDMI. It's just an HDMI port. You hook it up. You hook the HDMI onto that, and then the other one into it.
Yeah. So then you could use your webcam for your PC and OBS the fuck out of it. Basically, that's the only other way. But you wouldn't be able to. For me to have me on, like, say for example, like if you got Xbox Gold and then we had a party, yeah, I don't know how that would work, because it would show your audio because you don't have a webcam, so it would just show my webcam basically. I'm just thinking out loud here.
Yeah, there's got to be a way to do that, like on Twitch. We could probably both get our webcams going and stuff like that. I'm just not sure how that would work, but maybe, I don't know. That's kind of tough. I was thinking maybe we could do a Google Hangouts and then through OBS show the Google Hangouts on there, like on a little square.
Nah, Skype's better for that because you can have more control over it, can't you? But
I just don't know. I don't know if my computer would handle all that.
We'll take it slow.
I got an oldie.
Yeah. Have you got a headset for your Xbox controller?
No.
Ooh,
I don't think Xbox is like the headset needs to be just one plug-in, right? Not two. Because mine is split.
Yeah, but you need
mine is split.
you need to buy now there's either two things you can do if you want, because you've got the two connectors, the mic and audio on your headset, yeah.
Oh, you know what? I think my Xbox came with a headset. I just never used it.
If you've got that, then that will work perfectly. Yeah, do that. If not, you'd have to buy an adapter that plugs into the Xbox controller, and then you can plug those two in, basically. But that's only like $10, $20.
Last night, me and Chris were talking because one day Devin brought up to me that we should. Oh, I think it was on one of these streams. Devin brought up that we should find a game for it that we can all play together.
Yeah,
like on Steam or something. And I think that would be fun. But we were trying to think of like a game we could play, and we were looking through Steam and we couldn't find anything. I figure if we could find something cheap, at least like $10 or something that's multiplayer, and we can all play together.
What I need to do? I don't know why I didn't do this fucking last night, but my mate has told me at least 3 times about a fucking game that does this. It's online that you can. But I'm gonna text him right now because I've just remembered. He's just told me about this before, and I can't remember.
About what? A game?
Yeah, a game that's multiplayer and whatnot.
I'll say something simple that like everybody can get into, like maybe a racing game or maybe like a top-down shooter or something.
Hopefully he'll reply sometime soon. But yeah, it'll be good. That would definitely be awesome fun.
If anybody in the chat has any suggestions for a game, let us know. Oh, Red Guy gave a suggestion. He said, "Get Friday the 13th." That might be fun. I don't know if my computer can handle that game, but maybe.
I never got. I've seen that. That's not sort of my thing. I'm more into like. So yeah, let's talk about my game. So Mad Max, Payday 2, GTA 5, Halo 5, any of the Halo games really. Call of Duty.
PUBG.
I don't have any fucking PC games. Well, actually,
no, I don't think that'd
be. Sorry,
I don't think that'd be a good game for all of us because we want to involve like everybody, like maybe Amy and stuff and Chrissy and stuff, and they might not be into that kind of game. But that's why I was thinking something like a racing game or like some old school style like top-down shooter or something.
Yeah, exactly. So
it's fun, and we can all like either play to co-op or competitive, whichever, and have some fun.
Yeah, it'd be great fun. Yeah, sorry, going back to PC gaming. The only game I've got on the PC is the 2 South Park games, the new ones, Stick of Truth.
Oh yeah, those are fun. Those are cool.
I've only played Stick of Truth. I haven't played the new one.
Yeah, I only played Stick of Truth, and I played the new one a little bit at a friend's house. He was like, "Oh, here, check it out," and I played it for a few minutes. It's pretty much the same, same kind of game.
Yeah, I haven't played the new one. The farting butthole, whatever it's called. I can never remember what it's called.
Yeah, Fractured Butthole.
Yeah, that's it. Fractured Butthole. That's the one I've got as well. I want to play that. I haven't played it yet.
Do a Connects game. We don't all have that, so we can't. Yeah, Mario Kart would be awesome, Kelly, but Mario Kart's only Nintendo, so they don't put their games on. If everybody had a Nintendo console, we could do it. It's like I have one, nobody else got one.
Yeah, we'd all have to have the same console and be playing multiplayer. Basically, the game needs to be on a PC or a laptop, and it has to be low power so everyone can play it. Basically,
probably on Steam or something.
Yeah,
and something not too expensive either, because so everybody can afford it. Not go broke over it.
Yeah.
Something like $10-15. Let's pay D&D like Sargon.
How about no? Let's definitely.
I do play some D&D video games, but not the actual D&D. Yeah, new money.
Oh, I didn't realize until my birthday. I had one of my mates. She came over with her boyfriend and whatnot, and I forget how much she's into D&D. It is crazy.
Like the tabletop game, or
yeah, as in the drawing and creating maps and all that stuff. She loves it.
I used to play that when I was a teenager, but it was really funny because when we were kids, we would play D&D, right? And then you'd find like these deep ghetto people, right? And they don't admit to playing stuff like that, because in the ghetto you play games like that, you're a fucking nerd. They're gonna kick your ass, right? Yeah. But they do like it, and they just don't admit to it. So then they meet like my group of friends, and they're like, "Oh, you guys play D&D?" And I'd be like, "I don't tell nobody, but I'll play D&D too," so then we'd be like playing like one of my friends' basements, and then we got like ghetto ass people with 40s and shit, 40s and blunts hanging out with us, playing with us, like, "Yo, I'm gonna make a warrior, yo." Like, all right. It would be fun though. We used to get really fucked up and play, and the games would never, because halfway through we'd be too bombed to keep playing and shit. We'd just be so drunk and fucking fucked up.
Billy Bong's here, so just want to
Billy.
Godless motherfuckers.
What's up, Billy? Let me know if you want to come on and hang out with us, Billy. I'll send you a hangout.
So yeah, that's about. Oh mate, I could be going on forever for what games I've got. It's a crazy amount. I'd have to have a look. Really, I'd have to be sat in front. I'll tell you what. I might actually do a Twitch stream later.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I can actually go through all my games. See what I've got.
Twitch, yeah, I should probably start a Twitch too, right? I was just doing I did do one live gaming one time when I first started my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And then after that I would just recorded them and posted them. But it probably would be easier to just do it live because I don't have to upload it, right? It does it automatically.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, I have a bunch of I have that like the mini NES and the mini SNES. I should start playing some of those games. And
yeah, man, that'd be cool.
The problem is like Nintendo licensed games, they don't let you stream.
Oh, yeah, shit.
Down. So I'd have to record and then upload and then apply them to the Nintendo reward program or whatever they have for content creators.
Jesus.
Yeah, I have a couple of those. I did.
I'm gonna stick to the basic gaming on Twitch.
Yeah,
and
that's just the Nintendo licensed games, like the games they make themselves. Like any other game, I could do and just stream it with no problem.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Yeah, I remember when I heard about all that Nintendo stuff, it was pretty mental what they wanted to do.
Yeah. At first they wouldn't allow any. They would take out any like streams and stuff like that. But then they made a program that was like you can sign up and they'll give you a cut of the monetization or whatever. But I'm not even monetized anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, who gives a fuck, innit?
Yeah.
I make videos because I want to. Oh, what's that? Oh, you got the classic edition.
Yeah, and it has a bunch of has 30 games. So I could do like Mega Man 2. I'm fucking super awesome at that game. I'd be like, you ever play any Mega Mans? You know Mega Man?
I don't actually.
No?
Trying to think, Ben.
Oh,
no, I don't.
No,
I do. I probably do, but
well, it's like this game, right? And it's like a side-scrolling shooter kind of game. But every boss you beat, you gain their ability. So each boss like has a weakness to another boss's ability, you know? So you can go, so like the way you usually play it is you beat like the easiest boss, then you gain his ability, and then you can beat the boss that he's weak to. And you go through the line like that. But I beat the game. I've played this game so much since I was a kid, and I beat the game so many times that I could do it without using those abilities. Like I just use my regular gun and beat everybody, all the bad guys and shit. And I could beat the whole game like that. So that might be something I could do.
Nice.
Maybe I'll stream that.
Yeah, definitely.
And Mega Man 2 was the best. Nintendo done goofed, Dan said. Yeah, but they're on the upswing now, so I guess it doesn't really matter. They are crazy kicking ass. I think they went up like $4 million recently in revenue or something within the last year.
Now Dan's talking my sort of game that I like to play. I don't play video games. I play games with women's hearts.
Yeah. I hear you, Dan. But you're not live streaming it, so unless you're gonna live stream it, that doesn't fit the conversation.
Yeah, where can you live stream that to though? It's not like Pornhub has introduced live streaming. Yeah. Do you know what? I'm gonna tweet
Pornhub live stream.
Oh my god! Yeah, I'm tweeting it to Pornhub right now. Yeah. Pornhub, why do you not have live streaming yet?
Yeah.
You're watching it right now, people. Pornhub at Pornhub.
Oh, I know why you can't do that, because I bet you any money people would be doing some illegal shit with that.
Nah, because Alfie. What the fuck? Hello? Can anyone? Alfie? Hello? Can anyone hear me? What's going on? Hello? Hello? Alfie's gone. So is it just me? So what am I saying? Oh, Alfie's back. What? Hello?
Yeah, my page closed.
The J Show, get out of here. This is the War Kettle channel now. Fuck off.
Google Chrome crashed on me.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm back.
I was all alone for a minute. I was like, hello?
Yeah,
hello?
I didn't realize it happened at first, and I was like, hello? It was Jay? I was like, oh, shit. My fucking Chrome closed.
Oh, shit. No, I can see you now. Yeah, so where was I? Oh, yeah, that's right. I was tweeting at Pornhub.
Yeah. Yeah, but I was saying, they probably can't do it because people would probably do a bunch of illegal shit on that, like post maybe people who are underage, or underage people can sign on and do that, you know. That's illegal. Or maybe do it without someone's consent, like without them knowing that they were being recorded.
Well, I heard you briefly mention it before you crashed then. But what about websites like Chatterbait and things like that? So there's already sites that do that. So yeah.
I wonder how they control that on there. I guess they probably don't. They just have to take it down afterwards, right?
Oh well, I mean, they have
are those only live, right? Those are only
the ones,
live, right? You can. You can't like watch past things on there, can you? I don't think so.
I think they have settings for that. If you pay the person you'll want to watch afterwards, I think you can have access to those videos.
Oh shit!
Mate, we're talking about
why am I not on this thing now? I'm just kidding.
Oh my god, my phone crashed as I tweeted that out and it didn't go out.
Yeah, is the live stream still up? Yeah, right.
Yeah, we're still
hoping that
on.
when it crashed, it didn't close it. All right.
No, it's still going. Oh my days! Why is my phone being retarded?
So what's going on with everybody in the chat? Any interesting
They're
things?
admiring my sexy English face.
Sexy English face.
Why do you not have?
Devin got his video reinstated too. That was good.
Oh yeah, he did, and
yeah, he got that strike taken away. That guy is awesome, man. The guy who does that, that dude's awesome.
Yeah, trusted mod.
He's got to work for YouTube, right? Like I can't see him having that much pull unless he worked for them.
Mate, who knows? Who really knows?
Yeah. This country musician debut his album and videos on Pornhub. Really, there's a country musician. That's great.
Why the fuck not, mate?
Yeah. Not bad move.
Sorry, Alf. I'm just trying to reach for a tissue.
It's all good. Why do I expect to see Alf's roommate with a hockey mask and a knife? that would be funny of him to do. But we don't have a hockey mask. We do have knives, but we don't have hockey masks.
The best thing I was ever told was a mate of mine stayed at one of his friends' house one night. And he was staying on his mate's sofa, and his mate went to bed. And about 2 minutes later, he walked back in the room holding an axe. And he turned to him and he said, looked him straight in the eye and said, "Just so you know, I sleep with this axe." And then walked out the room.
All right. He must have been feeling paranoid that day and thought
it was, yeah.
I mean, the guy with the axe to come out. And say that.
No, he did it to creep my mate out, apparently.
Yeah,
apparently it's a thing he does to all his mates when they come over for the first time to stay. He'll do something like that to freak him out, like he's an axe murderer.
I was thinking maybe he's paranoid and he did that to be like, just in case you're thinking of like coming in my room while I'm sleeping. I got an axe and I will use it on you. No homo stuff here.
Yeah. Oh dear. The stories. Things that go on in this country, mate.
Yeah. I'm sure we have similar or sometimes crazier stories here. There's some like really deep country woods type towns here with some very lonely and isolated people. Axe sex. I forgot Paul. Yeah, Paul, if you want to come on, I don't know if you're busy or anything, but if you want to come on, I will send you the link as well. Our good buddy from Maine.
So we talked about games. We talked a little bit about TV and movies. Oh, actually, speaking of TV, have you watched the new Star Trek?
No, I have not. I know Chris was very upset about the season finale, so I don't know if I want to watch it. At first, he was telling me it's not bad, but it does have a lot of annoying stuff in it. But then later on, like as he kept watching it, I think he was saying it was getting worse.
I actually enjoyed it, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I thought it was really good.
I like the Orville. I just watched that.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah, the Orville's brilliant. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We were watching it at the same time, basically. Yeah. I was watching and then I told you about it and you were like, oh, actually, I'm going to catch up on that too.
Yeah, it was brilliant. What was the one I was watching that I thought was fucking mental? Because there was one episode where I was just like, what the fuck?
The one with the likes and dislikes?
I think I can't remember.
You remember that one?
No,
there was one they visited like a planet where everybody was.
That was it. Yeah, that was the one actually. Yeah. The planet with the fucking exactly. That was crazy. What was that all about?
They got arrested for some reason. It had to do with them not having likes or dislikes or something. They were like, what?
One of their mates ended up with like nearly 5 million dislikes or something.
Oh yeah, he said something fucked up or something that got recorded, and basically like in that world, like everything you do is uploaded onto like a live stream that everybody's constantly watching and going through. So he said something fucked up or he did something fucked up. I forgot what it was.
Humped a statue.
What happens when I binge? Oh yeah, he like humped the statue as a joke or something. And yeah, he got in trouble, and then he had to go through like court, and court was like a thing where you stream something and people either give it likes or dislikes. So you know, if you get all dislikes, you lose, you know. You have to get more.
Mental,
yeah. And by the lawyer, even the lawyer thought he wasn't gonna make it, and by the end he got like just a few more likes than dislikes. And the lawyer was like, "Oh my god, we did it!" Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good social commentary about people fucking being so into getting likes and dislikes and stuff. Who gives a shit?
That's what people who, you know, believe in social justice really want, is mob rule. The majority of people say this is wrong, and you did it, so then there you go, you're guilty.
That is one flaw about like a democratic system, is just sometimes what's popular isn't what's right, you know, or what's good for everybody.
Yeah.
So people,
but I meant more of the, you know, voting like that. When I think, you know, I was looking at more of a justice thing, and looking at how, like, with justice, in my opinion, we should do what they do in Germany, where you have a panel of judges and they're the ones who deliberate on what you've done.
I mean, on what you've done. Yeah, I was gonna say we kind of have that for laws here. Like we have the Supreme Court. So like after a law gets passed, if somebody wants to challenge it, then they can take it to, you know, the Supreme Court, and then you have a panel of judges who weigh into the law and whether it's, you know, constitutional or not, or good or not. You know, they can strike it down.
Because at the moment, it's all up to a trial by your peers. And Jesus Christ, I don't trust people.
That's kind of like, I love due process, and the court system can be pretty.
I'm all for the due.
Solve something at the moment, but the majority of your peers is kind of fucked up.
It is
just like random people. Like, okay, we're gonna get 12 random people and stick them in the fucking room with you, and go over your crime. Like,
yeah.
It's just, what are the chances you're going to get like 70% shitty fucking stupid people in there? I'm sure it's a pretty high amount.
Yeah. That's why panel of judges, in my opinion, is more, you know, better at it. They'll make a more...
Yeah, people who actually, you know, do it for a living, right? Because they...
Yeah, exactly.
You know, they understand the system. It's also a thing of like, the average citizen in your area is most likely not going to know a lot about laws and shit. They're not, you know, they're going to know the basic laws that you can't break, but they're not going to know like the intricacies of, you know,
well, it's not
like
just that
lawyers know and study law and
the
intricacies of each law.
Well, the other main problem with juries is they can be emotionally manipulated by the prosecution or the defense, you know, because all it takes is the defense lawyer to get all emotional, like they did with OJ. If what was the big one? If the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit.
Yeah.
There you go. That was an emotional thing, basically.
Yeah, basically. And the funny thing is, you're watching this on TV. Like, well, I was a teenager, and I remember watching this on TV, and they're like, it went on for a year. That court trial was on TV like every day for a whole year, and he goes to try on the glove, and he got his hand open like this when he's trying the glove, and he's like, "It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit." People just let that go, right? If I was the judge, I would be like, "Close your fingers, dude." Like, he's literally on live television going like this. It doesn't fit. It's so weird. What's your last jury duty like, Alf? To be honest, I've only got picked for jury duty once, and that was like in like my mid-20s. And when I went, it got the trial got canceled. I guess whoever was pressing charges dropped the charges, which I'm sure happens a lot. I think a lot of people who get picked for jury duty end up not doing it, because you know how many times there's going to be a trial and someone drops charges. Like, that happens all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that was the only time I got picked. But I don't check my mail. Like, all I get in the mail is like spam and shit, right? Like fucking advertisements and bills and shit that I pay online anyway. So I barely pay attention to the mail. For all I know, I could have a pile of like letters somewhere that has a jury duty thing in it. Or I might have thrown it out, because I was just, half the times I just throw out my mail. Like, there's nothing important in there.
Why not? I don't even know how it does it in this country, because I've never been called. I think you volunteer, but I don't even know, mate. I've never even looked into it. I'd have to actually look it up.
It's kind of stupid because they send you a letter, like how you know, like half the people that have piles of letters by their mail. Like who checks their mail anymore that much?
I have to because it just packs up behind the door, basically. So
yeah, you just pick it up. You end up throwing out most of it, right?
Someone just said in the chat, Alf has a warrant for his arrest.
Yeah, for all I know, I could.
Here we go. Here we go. It's
someone's here.
It's time for the
Gay.
Set up on my phone because I just got home and I gotta cook and stuff. So I was like,
I'm just gonna
crash some shit, doing whatever. How's it going, guys?
Hang out with us while you cook. Good, just chilling out. We're talking about jury duty. Do you guys have jury duty in Canada?
Yeah, we do, but I've never been called for it.
No.
No.
I was talking about how, for all I know, they might have called me for jury duty recently because I barely check my mail. Like I just grab them and pile them up somewhere, or I throw them out because all I get it because 99.99% of the time my mail is all like advertisements and
fuck that shit's so annoying. What a waste of paper.
And bills that I just pay online and get notified for online. So so what's the point?
Exactly.
Hey, when I jumped in earlier, you guys were talking about someone yelling. What happened? Did I miss something?
Somebody was yelling.
Oh no one was yelling. Me, Chris and Chrissy were just moaning about life.
Oh, you were just being British.
Yeah, we were being British. Yeah,
I sent Jay the link and he hasn't come in yet, and I'm waiting and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? He was bothering me for the link, like send me the link. Then I do it, he doesn't show up. So I see he's on the Discord, and I jump in, and all I hear is blah 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 blah. Like all angry and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Or what the fuck are you bitches up in here arguing and shit? Like, and Jay's like, I saw the link. I'll be in a minute. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Funny.
How else is it going for you guys? Are you feeling better, Jay? Things okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Good.
Sorry, guys. He wasn't too shitty.
He's just
fine. We'll talk later, mate. Don't worry. It's all good.
All right.
We always do.
I can't see the chat, so hi, chat. Anybody who's there.
Fuck them. Who cares? It's about us three.
Somebody said Jamie show. Somebody said Jelfie show. The Jelfie show. What else? Hey, Amy, Rogue saying hi to everybody. Hi, Rogue.
Hi, Rogue.
Billy says it's ass day.
Shit set up on the tripod and shit. I'm
Paul said a boot.
A boot.
I guess you said a boot. I guess so.
Red guy.
I've talked to you enough that I don't notice anymore, unless I'm listening for that,
Red guy's here.
Chrissy's here. Hi, Chrissy.
Hi, Chrissy. Hi, Red guy.
I'm Red guy.
I had a job
Chrissy's like,
today.
Oh, how did that go?
It went well. Not bad.
Good.
Oh yeah, so we're talking about jury duty. How do they notify you for jury duty in Canada? They just send you a letter?
I think it's the same shit. I think they send you mail. I'm not entirely sure though, to be honest with you. I know in the States, like, you have to go, right?
Yeah, it's supposedly, but I've never hear about people getting in trouble for that. And I'm sure lots of people got to miss jury duty, not like see the letter in their mail and not know that.
Yeah.
Or they move and they haven't gotten their mail for a while, like.
Yeah, what are you supposed to do?
The wrong place. You could probably contest it. I don't know. I've never been called for jury duty.
So fucking weird.
So I was saying I had mine one time. It came in like when I was in my mid-20s, and I got off of work too, and I went. But then they got canceled because the person dropped the charges, and I was just saying like that probably happens a lot, like,
yeah, oh for sure.
People drop charges, right before court all the time. They come to an agreement or something, or they pay the other person off.
Yeah, this is for larger cases too, right? Like small court cases don't have a jury, do they?
Really small ones, no. But
yeah,
it's for like. Yeah, I guess any type of felony or something, right? Or yeah, because you go there for like for a stabbing or something, or assault.
Fucking A, man. I hope I never get called to that waste of a fucking day, unless it was the OJ trial.
Yeah,
if it was something crazy like that.
No way, I would hate that. You know how long that went on? Oh,
yeah, because don't you have to stay in
people again and again? For the same trial?
Yeah. It's the same jury the whole time. The whole time they get paid.
Shit.
They get like a room, like a whole hotel room and shit.
Oh yeah, because I guess you have to follow the case, don't you?
Yeah, and not only that, but you're
sense.
not even allowed to talk to the press. You're not allowed to go out, kind of like, you know, like
Really?
yeah, because you're not supposed to be outside influenced, so they try to keep you from being influenced by media and all that, but they really can't because you're watching TV, you're gonna see it. Yeah. And you're not allowed to talk about like things in the case that's not supposed to be talked about outside of the trial, you know.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Imagine spending a year like that, you know.
No, fuck that.
That's only for like really big cases like that. That's really public.
Yeah,
you know.
For sure.
Obviously, if you're going for like a local stabbing, you know, you can go home. Like,
like sitting there for a couple hours a day in a fucking courtroom, like it's so boring.
Boring, like, and you got to listen to everything.
It was fucking annoying because my mom and my dad had shit going on when they were going through their bullshit, right? And like, I'm like 7 years old being dragged to court, and I'm like, what the
boy.
There's like nobody here. It's so fucking boring. Like, it's so awkward because like my mom's here, my dad's there, and there's just like tension in the room, and I'm like,
family court is the worst. Family court is the worst.
Yeah, I'm glad I never had to go through that. My parents divorced. It was a pretty smooth breakup. Like,
wish mine fucking was. My mum went fucking butt wild and started lying to the judge and shit. Making shit up. Yeah.
That's not cool.
Bitches be tripping. Bitches be tripping.
So Amy, earlier we were talking about a game that like we can all play because Devin had brought that up, and I was thinking, you know, like I was thinking like, what kind of games are you into?
I'll try anything. I'm not picky at all.
I was saying a game when we were talking about it earlier. I was saying a game, not a game that's like way too complicated because they're gonna have people that never played those kind of games. They'll take, you know, has a large learning curve. You know? So we gotta find something with a small learning curve that's not too expensive that we can all play.
Yeah, I mean the easiest would be
Jackbox games.
Jackbox games. I was saying on Steam maybe because everybody's got Steam, right?
The hardest one for me would be first-person shooter. But if I was playing with you guys, I'd give it a shot.
First-person shooters in general have a large learning curve if you've never played them before.
Yeah, it's just the controls I find so fucking difficult. Like
it's complicated.
My hand-eye coordination with using that shit is just too poor. You know. Like,
no, it takes a long time. I'm telling you, you got to play it for a long time to get used to it.
Yeah, and it's so finicky. You know what I mean? Like you move the mouse a little bit, your fucking whole view is changed.
Yeah, it takes a long time to get used to that and get like the dexterity for it, you know, build
up so what this does, this is Junk Box Games, and they have like a fucking ton of games on here.
Billy said only nerds have Stream or Steam.
Steam. And apparently you can play all kinds of games.
Lots of people have Steam
through your mobiles, tablets, and PC.
Let me check this site out. What's it called? Jackbox?
Yeah.
What about one of those like you don't know Jack games? Do you guys like that stuff? Like trivia and shit like that?
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool, right? If we play like
you can play those
games like up to 8 players and stuff.
Whatever you get wrong or don't know, you learn.
You learn stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun. It has like quick time. We could split into teams and stuff, like 4-way teams. That'd be fun. We should look into that.
If we want to go real simple, we can always like all video call and play Pictionary or some shit too.
Yeah, you brought a Pictionary to me one time, and I was like, I'd be so down for Pictionary. It's tough to draw with a mouse.
Uno. I want to play Uno.
Uno is a great game. I used to love playing Uno. That's a good idea. Yeah, if we could play like we could play like board games that are online and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jackbox games are the ones who do the you don't know Jack.
Nice.
I forgot they're called Jackbox Party Packs now, and they mix a couple of their games together. Quiplash. I was talking about the other day. One time I saw Bearing and Trigger Tits, and like all those people in the skeptic community. I think it was like almost a year ago, maybe, and they were all live streaming on Bearing's channel playing this game.
Yeah,
and it was like a game where, like people who are watching can pick, like you pick an answer, and then people in the audience can pick whether you're right or not, and then it tells you like the percentages for each person. Yeah, it's really cool, and it's all like goofy like questions and stuff.
You know what other game I really like? Trivial Pursuit.
Trivial Pursuit is cool.
I wonder if there's an online way to play Cranium. You guys
Yeah, Cranium is awesome. Yeah,
I
used to have that.
love Cranium.
I used to have that and play with my friends. I remember when that came out, I was working at Barnes and Nobles, and we got that, and I bought it like right away because it looked cool.
Yeah.
And ended up being like the most funnest game me and my friends used to play for like 3 years and shit. The other one was Taboo.
That's a team
is that
one
what
too,
called?
right? Like, what?
I think we should play a drinking game.
I'm down with that too.
Yeah, I'm down with
that. I have the perfect drinking game.
Yeah? What is it?
We put on an episode of TYT.
Yeah.
And every time...
we're going to be wasted in the first 20 fucking minutes.
You know what I'm going to say, don't you? Every time Jenk says, right,
no,
we drink.
Too many lights in the episode.
I don't have the money to facilitate that kind of...
I don't have the money or the fortitude.
Yeah, same. I'm a bitch ass nigga, man. I'll have one shot and I'll be like, done.
That's not even being a bitch ass. You'd drink way so much. We'd go through like a 12-pack of beer in like 20 minutes. No way.
Yeah.
I could do it.
Like,
you could drink a 12-pack in 20 minutes. No way. And not be completely fucked.
I'm all about doing shots, man. Every time Jake's like, right, I'll take a shot. I'm up for that. Definitely.
I remember my friend one time did this thing where he took like people were talking about, you take a shot glass and you pour beer in it and take a shot per every minute. And you feel like a minute's a long time and you could take a shot and chill, like, you know, and you'll be good for the next one. But eventually when you start getting to like around the 10 to 15 minute mark, that's when it's like, whoa. And you like take another shot and you're waiting for the next one. And by the time you pour it and you're ready for the next minute, you feel like that minute is super fast, you know, like, oh my God, it's been a minute already. Sometimes you skip them, but then you got to add them up, and then you're like, you've waited 3 minutes, but now you have 3 shots to take. You're like,
I just get drunk too fast to play drinking games. It's kind of sad. Like, I can play beer pong because it's only beer they put in the bottom of the glasses, so I can drink more of that because it's less alcoholic. But if we're taking shots of hard liquor, I don't last long in those games.
See, do you know what the funny thing is? When it comes to lager or ale, I get on my ass pretty quickly. But the moment I go on a hard liquor, I can drink, and drink.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Chrissy said that's how the Brits roll, Alf. Drink all the alcohol in an hour and spend the rest of the night crying, being sick. See, that's what we used to do when we were younger. And then we get older and you start.
Chrissy's wrong. What we do, we get absolutely fucking hammered and then we go down the curry house and have a curry and then head home. Seriously,
now you're at my house.
That's actually quite a popular thing, actually. I've done it so many times with so many people, just got absolutely fucking wankered, and then at like 11 o'clock at night, you roll into the local Indian, boom, chicken tikka masala, onion bhajis.
I was informed yesterday that tikka masala was created by a Indian guy in Scotland.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, most of that stuff was. Yeah, most of that stuff was.
Yeah, I didn't know about it too much. Chrissy was making it. I think it was yesterday, and I looked it up, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "This looks good." She's like, "You don't know what tikka masala?" I was like, "I've heard of it. I know kind of what it is, but it's not something that's very popular here, so I haven't had it."
So,
she says it's super popular there.
When we say curry, that's basically when the Indians came to Britain, they served Indian food, traditional Indian food. Brits can't eat that; it's way too fucking spicy and it's too dry. And
bro, I can't eat that.
Yeah.
I'll try it.
So basically, they made curries, Indian curries, made them more creamy and whatnot, and less spicy. And there you go. That's how we have all the sort of, you know, tikkas, kormas, and blah blah blah.
Oh, korma! Hell yeah!
Love it, mate.
All right, let me read
this.
Let me read this description to you guys of this game. So, Quiplash is a gut-busting battle of wits and wittiness. Just use your phone or tablet. No controllers needed. Oh, we can even play it on a phone.
No.
To answer simple prompts like these. Something you'd be surprised to see a donkey do. A double rainbow doesn't have gold at the end of it. Instead, it has blank. A better name for France. That's pretty funny. There are no rules or correct answer. You just say whatever you want. Your answer will be pitted against another player's answer in a head-to-head battle. Other players and even an audience of up to 10,000 people then vote on their favorite answer. It's that simple. So that'd be cool. Something cool to play live, and we can have the people in the chat choose which of the best answers.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah. So it would be interactive with everyone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I like that idea.
Cool. So yeah, so we should check that out. I wonder
it's too bad we can't do like fucking Mario Kart or something, because I love that game. Or Smash Brothers.
Oh, Smash Brothers would be awesome. I have that on the Wii U. I have Mario Kart and Smash Brothers.
Yeah, I need to find a way to get Cuphead. I keep seeing memes and shit about it, and it's driving me crazy. I really want to play it.
So maybe if we talk about this game soon, maybe we could talk to Devin about it if he wants to play, and we can get a few of us. It's $5 on Steam right now until February 19th.
Oh, that's not bad.
So if we could figure that out in the next few days, maybe we can all buy that for $5.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the Jackbox games, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think only one of us has to. I think only one of us has to have it to buy it, and then the rest is just invitation.
Oh.
Yeah.
But you'd have to download the game, right? And have it on your phone or on your PC to play it?
No, I think what it does is we go to a website. I think there's this website link. How to play? Here it is. Let me check, because I was just looking at it. Yeah, so basically everyone goes to jackbox.tv, and then the person who's running the room will give us a room code, and then we join you, and then we play your game.
Nice. That's cool. Yeah, we should do that soon. I'll be down to buy this and we could play this soon.
I'm hella down, like yo.
Yeah.
Hella down.
Yeah,
that sounds really fun.
Stuff with you guys. Just whatever.
Whatever.
Sit and talk forever. We can definitely sit and play games and shit.
Yeah. Sit and talk and play games.
Straight up.
Yeah.
So what else? What's happening tonight?
Not
really.
I wasn't paying
attention to the chat. Sorry, guys. Alf, remember Cisco? The drink? Is that what you're talking about? The alcoholic drink? Oh, God.
What's Cisco?
I think it was horrendous. We had a couple of those around here. Those are like, those drinks you buy that they come in like maybe a pint or something, and it's like some real fruity alcoholic thing.
Yeah.
It's not like it's hard to explain. They're like ghetto drinks. That's what we call them. They're cheap. They're cheap. They get you fucked up, and they taste like shit. It's supposed to be some sort of fruity thing. We had a couple of those. We had Mad Dog 2020. Yeah, liquid crack. Yeah, Cisco. That's what we used to call that, liquid crack. Yeah. I had Mad Dog 2020, Night Train. Oh,
the States has the coolest shit. I remember when I was young, I never got to fucking try it, and now I regret it because I didn't feel like getting it one time. But they used to have this drink. It was like a fizzy drink, but it had like little orbs in it. Like,
orbs. I think it was called orbs. Yeah, I remember
those. What the fuck is that?
I don't know, but I always
see if I can find an image.
And I never did, and now I regret it because I don't think it's a thing anymore.
I remember when that came out. I used to buy those all the time.
It's crazy.
Remember we had Jolt? I think that came back at some point. You ever have Jolt?
No, is that an energy drink?
It's a cola, but it has double the caffeine of a regular of like the like a Coca-Cola or Pepsi. So that came out when I was like a sophomore in high school. I remember fucking used to get those after school, and we'd be like, fucking go party and shit, and fucking smoking was fun because you'd get that chill, but then the energy from that, so you're like, whoa, it's fun. Here, I'm gonna screen share so people can see orbs.
Hey, Red Guy, I might be streaming later. I'm going to be playing Mad Max. You have to check it out. It's
you gonna be Twitch streaming?
Yeah, I might do it.
Cute. I like that. I like that you're streaming. That's cute. Gotta send me the link. Put it in the Discord. I'll come.
Okay, I will do. Oh, what we got here then, Alfie?
This is Orbits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the.
Yeah, it was good.
That is mental.
It was kind of like a fruity, watery drink, and the little orbs don't taste like anything. They're like little tapioca balls,
Oh, is that what they were?
I think so.
Like
I'm not sure what they're made of, but I'm sure it's made of similar things as like tapioca or something.
Do you guys have bubble tea over there?
Yeah. We've had that for a long time. Yeah.
Fuck, I love bubble tea.
Korean, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Korean
shops. I love the Asians. Thank goodness for them.
Oh, when I was going out with my Japanese Korean girlfriend, she took me to this like Korean little strip mall thing for like, it was like a Korean supermarket and all like Korean products and shit for the people, for the Koreans in the area. And they had that there. Yeah, they had a little like stand in the middle of the mall with bubble tea, and she was like, "Ooh, you want to try some bubble tea?" I was like, "Hell yeah, this looks cool." These big black tapioca orbs hanging out the bottom.
People think it's gross, but then they try it, and I'm like, just chew it with the milk.
It kind of looks gross. It looks like there's like big water bugs in there or something, like
big boogers. Gross. Yeah, big
no water bugs.
Holy shit, man! Holy shit!
Holy shit, man! Oh, what's going on here?
Sorry, I'm just answering a text.
Fucking rude.
He asked me. Marino messaged me, and I was like, "What?" He said, "Can you see my messages on the side chat?" And then he was like, "Oh, never mind."
Was he just not sending
yeah, because I keep doing other stuff, and I don't see the chat, and there's people like talking to me in the chat. Billy Bog said, "Alf is the YouTube brother I never had."
So how's you, Jamie? What's going on?
Oh man, I feel great. I worked out for a couple hours and no complaints over here. You know, I'm good. I started listening to some Sam Harris Waking Up while I was there.
Nice.
So he's talking about how like people have been asking me why in the hell I'm doing an event with Jordan Peterson in June. Because like we had such a hard time the first couple of that fucking first podcast with him, and then the second one was a bit better. I didn't get caught up on what truth is, but he's like, there's about 90% that Jordan Peterson gets right, and there's 10% that he gets wrong. But a lot of it is intellectual irresponsibility, and he wants to talk to him about those things. So it's gonna be really good because I don't want to fucking hear about truth. I think we all know where we stand on truth, right? Like, yeah. I'm really excited. I'm getting more and more excited for it now that I have my tickets. It's gonna be fun.
Oh, so you're going to that one, are you?
Hell yeah.
That's the one you're going to, is it? Nice.
That's in June, but like the last time we got tickets was for the one in November, and we got them like I think 3 or 4 months early, and we were like, "Oh, we have to wait till November." Next thing you know, it's November, and I'm getting ready. To go, you know, time flies. So what is it? February, March, April, May, June. 4 months away. Maybe a nice fun summer event. Well, I have another job interview tomorrow for an admin position, so we'll see how that goes.
Good luck, mate. Good luck.
You know what sucks though? For the one I went to today, they didn't advertise the job as like a temporary position that will possibly get into full-time, because they have someone whose position they're trying to replace who's on medical leave, who they're not sure will come back or not. They're pretty certain she won't come back. But shit. Who the fuck knows, right? And I was kind of like choked that I went there. They were super nice and everything. I really like them. It's for an insurance and financial company. And they've been around for a while. They're successful. They're huge, whatever, right? But it's like, man, you guys should have put that in your fucking ad. Like, I wouldn't have applied if I didn't know that it wasn't full-time permanent. Exactly. They're like, yeah, the potential is huge for that. I mean, if she leaves, we're going to need someone to fill that position. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. I mean, it's always good to go for interviews anyway. But, you know, any interview I've been to, I haven't been nervous. And I'm starting to wonder, like, is that a bad thing? Is it bad that I'm not nervous? I'm not.
You shouldn't be nervous.
That's a good thing. It's a good thing. You shouldn't be nervous. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not walking in there like, why are we even doing this? Just hire me. I'm the best. Like, it's nothing like that. But it's just like, I go.
We should, because you are. You should just walk in like that. You are, mate. So
it's just like I'm having a conversation with you, and like, you know, you're either gonna give me a job at the end of the day or you're not. Like, I don't like putting on that like, oh my god, my biggest weakness is that I'm a perfectionist and I try way too hard, and I'm like so obsessed with getting things that, like, I don't want to be that person, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So just honest, chill. They told me that if I get the job, they're gonna fly me to Toronto.
What?
For training, because head office is in Mississauga. So that'll be fun, right?
Why not? Yeah, that's awesome.
It's always fun to get to travel for work.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, traveling for work is the best. I was just gonna get Alfie to go on screen share and share what's been tagged on Twitter and show everyone. It's from Admiral Red Guy. You have to. But no, mate. Yeah, I think you'll get it. But it's a shame it's only part time.
Yeah.
And for a short period. But you know, you have another job interview tomorrow. So
yes.
What's that one for?
Same thing, administration.
Yeah.
I prefer to work for the insurance company. This one is for a logistics company.
Mm.
Tomorrow's for a logistics company. Today was for insurance finance. So I prefer to get into the insurance finance. But this place, the one tomorrow, I actually bumped into my friend at the bus stop like last week. Or a couple of weeks ago. I don't remember. I was talking to you, Jamie. Remember when I was like, oh my God, she gave me an edible and I'm kind of high.
Oh, yeah.
So she...
There it is.
Oh, that's awesome.
Fuck HQ. I love how Devon's being carried by Chris. Chris is carrying... Devon's carrying Chris.
Red Guy.
Yeah, also it's the War Kettle ship up there as well.
Oh, yeah.
Boom. And if you look, Red Guy Ibla. If you look really far to the far left-hand corner, you will see Kelly and Chrissy. Chrissy as a tornado, and then Kelly sort of with her legs out and whatnot.
There's Billy the genie coming out of the bong.
Yeah.
There you go. Meanwhile, let's come fuck HQ. I love it. It's so cute. Is Devin on a Segway?
Oh yeah, yes. That's brilliant.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Oh, that's great.
Fucking Red Guy.
Shit, what was I saying, dog? I was saying something
about your job and this logistics company.
Yeah.
And the edible and whatnot.
Right. I met her. I bumped into her. She's the one who pretty much hooked me up with the interview. But they give medical and dental benefits and eyewear benefits, but they also give you also get a free massage every month.
What?
And they start you off. Yeah, and they start you off at more per hour. So I don't know. I might want this one more. It just depends. Like I'll go in and I'll talk to them and stuff and see how it is. But like a massage once a month, like you know how much that would help me? My fucking neck and my upper back, my upper body is like so tense, man. Like I've been sleeping on the fucking floor because I can't, like my bed is too squishy and I just need to I need to be on more solid, like sleep on a more solid foundation because it just fucks my back up if I don't.
Okay, yeah. I get you, mate.
But once a month massage.
Doesn't your gym do massages? Doesn't your gym do them?
I wish.
When I was a member of the Marriott, there's a gym here in Bristol. Well, actually, it's a hotel chain, but they have a gym there, and it was fucking dope. They were the only one that had a pool with a jacuzzi, and that was the reason I paid over the odds. And you got free massages there. It was fucking dope.
That's amazing. Free massages or free tanning is the best.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, I want a jacuzzi now. I haven't had one in like a year.
Tomorrow. It's closed today and tomorrow for repair.
Oh, that's the reason I left that gym, was because they closed it because it kept leaking apparently, and I was like, well then don't have it on the first floor.
Straight up, right?
What are you doing? Have it on the ground floor, you morons. So yeah, I quit that one.
Is that you, Alfie, playing guitar? No, that's not you.
Nah.
I feel like I'm being serenaded by a beautiful Mexican.
I'm surprised you could hear it. It's in the other room. It's crazy. This is a good mic.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot.
My red guy got a red cup. Is that okay?
What do I say? Don't forget to downvote on and flag. Thanks, guys. Oh, yeah.
Is that Marino?
No, red guy.
Oh, red guy. Me and Jay now are like, let's see if we can get to 50 dislikes. 50 dislikes, everybody. 20 people there at any given time.
Paul says, Amy, who is the hottest U.S. president? Oh, yeah, Billy.
Who is that guy? Kennedy.
Kennedy was the hottest? Yeah, I don't know. Most presidents are pretty busted, right?
Kennedy died young, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he looked pretty good. He didn't get far enough into the presidency to get that grizzled, gray, stressed out, I want to kill myself look.
Hey, Alf, he says email, remember?
Ages them real bad. Like, did you see Obama when he started versus Obama when he left?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah. What a difference. That shit is stressful, yo. What a job.
It was 42, yeah. That's fucking crazy, yeah.
Oh, what are you getting in there? What are you doing, mate?
That's funny.
I like it. I like the sound of the guitar. It's nice. Yeah, man. How long have you guys been going for now? A couple hours?
Not even, I think. Maybe a little over an hour. Billy, I sent it. Get your ass in here. So, in this thing, the game stuff, there's also packs, like they're called Jackbox party packs, and they come with like 5 games each. And one of them is a drawing game.
Oh, yeah, I like
one's
those
a drawing game, man. For some of them.
You know who'd be really good at that? Chrissy.
Yeah, that's true.
That bitch can draw, man.
Yeah,
she's
nice.
Shit.
Yeah, she
I like it.
Well, I got a question for you, Jamie.
Yeah.
Because I just finished watching your video. Your like the one with Mark in at the beginning. That was so funny. That was. I'm just a cute brown girl in Vancouver. That's fucking brilliant. So we knew what you did on Valentine's Day. So what are you doing for Steak and Blowjob Day? That's only 26 days away.
I'm not blowing a dick because I probably won't have one.
Gotta have steak though.
What day is it? What is the actual day? March what?
March 14th.
14th.
Okay. Well, I don't have any plans. Would you like to do something or what?
We should eat steak and stream.
Fuck yeah, let's do that shit. That sounds great. Oh my god. Yeah, let's do that. I'm down. That sounds like a great plan. I'll go to the grocery store. I'll get some potatoes and some green beans. And I'll cook some fucking steak. That'd be great. Let's do it.
Sounds good.
It's the Jamie Steak Show.
The Jamie Steak Show.
Day.
And then you guys got to get blowjobs on live stream.
Oh shit. Well, Alf, you're not gonna be here.
Oh, I need a ticket. Somebody buy me a ticket, quick. I'll give out my PayPal. Somebody send me money for a ticket. We'll meet halfway. I'll give Amy money for PayPal, and and we'll meet halfway and get a hotel room.
Hi, Billy Bong.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Billy.
Hi, you know how to cook steak, Amy?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think I am.
What does that mean? No, but I don't think anyone knows. Not anyone. I don't think a lot of people know how to cook steak, right?
I'm a woman, okay?
Hang on, Billy. First of all, how do you have your steak?
What kind of question is that?
Mate, yeah, the thing is,
that question.
Mate, the thing is I have to ask because motherfuckers don't know how to cook steak.
There's only one way to eat a steak.
We're talking about blue, yeah? Blue steak.
What do you mean by
blue rare?
Steak?
Blue rare, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you guys call it rare. You guys call it blue? We call it rare.
Blue is a little bit less rare than rare.
Oh.
What medium rare?
They singe the top and bottom and then they're like, there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
damn
basically
right,
rare.
Jamie.
What's the difference between that and rare?
Oh, this is because what you do is you put the steak, you take the steak out of the fridge at least an hour before you cook it and let it go to room temperature, and then you cook it. And also you have to put butter on it and with pepper, and then boom ting.
Beautiful.
I like butter on it and pepper. Yeah.
Butter.
Yeah, butter on it's good.
Red
guy said
watching.
Red guy said Alf will dox himself for a blowjob. I'm gonna look that up right now. I wanna see this. Look up some pictures of blue rare. Yeah. I don't believe it's different.
Why do you have a periodic table of elements next to you?
Because I'm a fucking dork, okay?
He's a scientist. All Indian people.
I'm a YouTube scientist. Academic, please respond. Yo, I like look at this shit when I'm cooking. I'm like, all right, what's number 42?
Blue rare.
It's molybdenum.
I know, it looks pretty rare to me.
What's 72?
Oh no, yeah. It's, oh no way. I would.
She's going flat out.
I do not want blue rare. I'll take. I'm a medium guy.
Pussy.
Alfie, I'm more of a man than you are.
No, that's not manly to chew on some fucking raw meat. Like, get the fuck out of here.
You cook it on the stove top, Amy, or what do you do?
It depends on how I feel. I don't mind boiling it in the oven. So.
Yeah, that's good too.
What? No, the only way to cook it is on a skillet.
No, you can do it on a skillet, but there's other ways.
Jay watches Gordon Ramsay. I know this. I could tell already.
No, I don't watch Gordon Ramsay, but you know, a skillet. Come on, guys, please get the fucking skillet.
No, you can cook it in many ways. Steak can be done multiple ways and come out good. Depends on what you're making with it. If you're just gonna have steak, fine. But you can have steak sandwiches. You know, you can cut up steak and have it on top of like rice and stuff.
I'm not into the fucking steak sandwiches. The steak.
Oh, steak sandwiches are good. You don't like pan con bistec, man? Come on.
No, man, I don't.
With the little crispy fucking fries.
It's too thin. It doesn't tear apart. Fuck that shit, man.
Well, it doesn't tear apart.
I think they messed up there. I really think they went the wrong route. It's fucking specs.
I love steak sandwiches. Yeah, but you're getting them at cheap places. That's why it doesn't tear apart.
Breaded steak. What? Like my family cooking them?
Yeah, they're getting cheap steak. They're cutting corners, man. They're cutting corners.
What are you saying, Red Guy? Red Guy's chatting stuff in the chat. Like, what's his recipe?
You know what I didn't get to have this summer that I usually have every summer? Fucking ribs, yo. Like,
oh,
I
man.
love ribs.
I got 3 smokers outside.
Nice. You need to be making some ribs.
We're all going around to Billy's house.
You need to make your own brand, Billy Bong ribs.
Yeah.
Fuck, I love smoked salmon. So good.
Smoked salmon is banging.
Salmon?
Yeah, it's so good. When I was living in Georgia, one of my brother's friends went on a trip to Alaska, and since they work for Delta, they can get flights really quick and come back like for free. So he caught a bunch of salmon and he put them in a fucking cooler and he took them on a flight like right away. Came to Georgia and called us and was like, "Hey, come over. I'm gonna grill some fucking salmon." And we had some fresh Alaskan salmon.
So good.
Fucking grill.
Wait, so what?
Oh, so good.
What kind of steak did you get, Amy?
What do you mean? What kind of steak?
Oh, I'm gonna have to get ribeye.
What do you mean? What do I mean? There's
like
plenty
ribeye.
of steaks.
What is that stuff? I can't remember the name right now.
Sterling?
No. It's expensive.
Filet mignon.
Well, I love that shit. But is it ribeye that I got?
Skirt steak.
I don't know the name.
Skirt steak is fucking delicious.
Okay, maybe I'll try that next. I don't know if I've tried it.
Churrasco.
It must be filet mignon that I got.
We have this place that's like kind of famous.
You need a barbecue for skirt steak. You don't need it, but it's best on the barbecue.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, there's a Cuban restaurant up the block from me that's pretty famous for their churrasco, and that's like their skirt steak. It's like this long and shit.
I fucking love it, God.
And they have their own grill in there. You know, you can watch them cook it on the grill, and it's like so good, man. And then they serve it with the sauce, chimichurri sauce. It's so good. And I get tostones with it, and
is that like
the
epitome of manly food, steak?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I know women who love steak too.
Or if you eat when you eat chicken, you actually like rip it off the bone, like in cartoons where there's nothing left, and like Have you ever done that?
No. I mean, I like some man shit, but I'm not that manly. I do like eating drumsticks, though. That makes me feel pretty savage.
I bet a drumstick is massive on you.
It's like those old shows where you see the caveman with the big fucking drumstick.
Yeah.
I've always wanted one of those.
Yeah, I would eat one of those.
I probably couldn't finish it, but you know.
This is why we need to GMO fucking chickens and shit. Make them massive.
Like,
don't we already do that?
Make giant animals.
Yeah,
no,
but I
we
want
mean massive,
big.
like like where a leg is like this big and shit.
Yeah.
Hard to cook, man.
I mean, you could probably cook a cow leg like this big and walk around with that.
Have you guys ever had cow tongue? I've seen that shit at the store and it freaks me
Yeah,
out.
I've had tongue.
I have no
Kinda
desire
good.
to
I don't like
try
it.
that shit.
I don't like it.
I can
It's
assume
really
it's
big,
like the
right?
texture of liver or something, probably.
No, it's way gummier than
Oh,
liver.
did someone say liver? Oh, I love a bit of liver.
I'm
liver
not
and
into
onions,
that.
mate.
In Peru, we have.
Weird thing that I can't remember what country it's from, but it's like a stomach and they stuff it. What is that shit called?
Tripe.
You on about
That's
haggis?
But there's haggis too, yeah.
Yeah.
The Scottish shit. That shit's
Yeah, I
gross.
love haggis, mate.
Gross.
Haggis is
Ooh,
awesome.
shit is gross.
That shit is gross. There's in Peru we
Do you
have
know what?
this,
I actually had some haggis the other day, actually, speaking of it.
Ew,
It was
Jamie.
pretty good.
Gross.
Oh, it was awesome.
in Peru we have the shish kebab thing that we make on the grill. It's like that's made out of beef hearts. It's really fucking good. And normally I don't like hearts, but the way they like marinate it, they slice it and marinate it like in a way that it's not like normal hearts. It's actually really good. Great
See, I give
flavors.
everything a shot at least once.
Yeah, I did that. I
This.
ate brains. That was not bad.
Have you had haggis, Amy?
No.
Well, then there we go.
I mean, I guess I
when
tried,
you
but that
come
doesn't
to
mean I
Britain-
can't think it looks gross. It does look kind of icky.
It's
Yeah.
mate. I don't know what to tell you. I think it's beautiful.
Like blood sausage. That shit's not very good either.
Ew, what's that?
Ugh. It's like some fucking like sausage made of like blood, I guess, like blood drenched meat and coagulated
You
blood.
what
and
about
shit.
black pudding, mate?
No, it's called blood sausage. It's Spaniard,
Okay.
but like Hispanics eat it.
Oh, okay. We have something called
fucking
black
weird.
pudding, which is made
I think
out
it
of,
might
like-
even be like made from intestine or something. Nasty.
Yeah, we got something like that.
Lois
I'll
told me
look
that
it
she
up, see
recently
what's up.
ate coagulated pig's blood, and it was delicious. And I was like,
No,
That
that's
sounds
all
I did
right.
have it.
nasty.
I did have it one time on like bread, like Italian bread with like lime on it, and that made it all right. It wasn't too bad, but you know, you had to cut it and then spread it on it, like
Yeah.
the sausage bits. But that wasn't too bad. But it's still something I would prefer just not to eat.
I've tried chicken feet. That was at a Asian place when I had dim sum.
hmm
And I almost tried this really weird shit they have. It's like an egg, but like a partially formed embryo
Balut.
of a
Oh yeah, I've
chicken and shit.
Balut, that shit is gross.
I couldn't,
That
I
shit
couldn't
is
do it.
gross.
Like,
It's a half, what's it called? Oh, what's the word I'm thinking of?
half a chicken embryo. It's a fish.
Yeah, exactly. It's a half. No, it's a duck embryo. It's half
Whatever. Gross.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. Oh, try it.
A half
Like,
developed
fuck that.
duck embryo. It's got like a wing and then liquid. it's so fucking. Oh, it's gross.
gross.
Dude, Asian people eat some weird ass shit, but some of their shit's like a lot of their shit's really.
Asians eat the
I'll be
weirdest.
back in a minute,
fucking
guys. I
shit.
need to get some water. Because you got to drink your water.
Yeah.
Coagulated pig blood sounds like chewing on scabs. That's what that's been said. Yeah,
What about
that's
head
basically-
cheese?
That's basically blood sausage is it depends. Different places use different animal, but it's basically like pig or cattle or sheep or duck or goat blood.
What brains did you eat, Alfie?
I think it was goat. I'm not
Goat.
positive. But it was pretty good. It was they grilled it like it
I
was
like
at a
goat.
barbecue. They grilled it and then they put it in like a toasted like Italian bread.
Yeah, what's the
And
texture
it was and
like?
put some lime on it and it was after grilling it the outside got real crispy and the inside was kind of fatty. It was really good.
I
It
like
wasn't bad.
goat. Goat is pretty good.
Yeah, goat is
Yeah,
good.
goat meat's good. Lamb's
Goat.
good too. Especially if you get like
lamb is
Leftigo
great.
at a good Greek place,
Greek food
lamb
is
shoulder,
so good.
where you just like touch your fork and it just like crumbles off the bone.
Yeah, it's super soft.
I cooked lamb for Christmas and it was fucking gorgeous.
How'd you cook it? Roast?
Yeah. Slow roast. About 5 hours. It was beautiful.
Why is Kelly talking about menudo? Cow mucus and brains. What the fuck?
You know about head cheese?
Billy, don't tell us about your dirty cock. Go wash your penis.
No, not that, you filth bags.
You filth
pig, like the innards of a pig head.
Oh, what?
Mm-hmm.
What are you eating, man?
I never ate it. I'm just saying I know about it. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
Yeah, they scrape that shit out and make like whatever with it.
Yeah, it's like a cold cut.
They don't waste it. Oh, they put it in that. That's what you're thinking of that. I'm not even thinking of that. I'm just like thinking of pulling it out and cooking it however they do. But that's even crazier, yeah, when they make it like a cold cut. I know exactly what you're talking about now.
The parts of the head used vary, but the brains, eyes, and ears are usually removed, and they use like the tongue, sometimes the feet, the heart may be included. But it's still, it's all face meat.
Yeah.
Gross. Well,
don't waste any part. Cook it all.
Any part. Yeah, well, I guess in the old days when you couldn't preserve meat, I guess, cook it all and eat it all. Especially if you had to go hunting, that's a big expenditure of energy. So eat as much as you can.
Yeah.
Now people eat it because they got used to it, I guess.
Gonna make Amy hunt for food.
Yeah, I bet she'd be good at it. I could see Amy like running through the woods with a fucking bow and arrow and shit.
Dude, I really want to learn how to. I really want to do archery, actually.
Yeah, I used to love archery, man.
Yeah,
we used to have it in my high school. We used to do it there too. I used to be pretty good at it.
My friend.
We didn't have it in my high school.
Oh well. Go ahead. What you think?
So when we went camping in like I think it was March or April, he spent like $2,000 on this fucking amazing bow, and he was like target shooting and shit. And I wanted to try it, but it was built for him. It was a compound bow. Like those things are so cool. I would love to try hunting once too. Like I'd love to shoot a deer once.
What?
With a bow.
I want to shoot a deer.
Oh, they're talking about menudo, and I thought they were talking about the band, but they're talking about a food. I didn't know what that
Tristan and Kelly, Air Kelly's not here when we're talking about slaughtering animals.
Talking about some Puerto Rican shit.
I'll say, if you want to learn archery, arch you back. But yeah, this menudo is like a Mexican soup made with beef stomach. Tripe is gross.
Beef stomach
stinks. God, it smells so bad.
Yeah, it smells.
How do people
I don't like
liver?
tripe. I don't know
how people eat liver. No,
I never liked liver. Yeah.
The texture is so.
Who wants to eat an organ? Like why?
I'll eat an organ, but not that organ.
Why?
But I mean,
why?
Because it's good.
Organ, right?
What organs are good?
Heart. Like I said, you make it right, it's good.
I like how
rather have the muscle now.
Yeah, well, you have that too.
You've lost sound from you.
Who's lost
Alfie
sound?
or me?
There you go. Amy, you were muted the whole time.
Oh.
What?
I couldn't hear her. She was talking and I couldn't hear her.
Sorry.
Sorry. Why you mute yourself,
man.
Amy?
So I got a sourdough roll today because I was like, fuck it. I feel like a little bit of carbs, and I'm going to put avocado and spinach and chicken breast in it, and that's going to be my dins. My dinner.
Chicken breast.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm pretty hungry. My legs are hella sore.
Stop saying hella.
Now that she mentioned hungry, I gotta
really
defrost
bad.
something.
I've adopted some, like,
I'll be right back.
Hella.
language, some ghetto talk.
Some fucking West Coast bullshit.
I like hella. What's wrong with hella?
it's from like Cali and
Ain't no shame in my lexicon game, alright?
Nevada. Trashy
I pick up
shitholes.
shit from all of you guys, and I say it. I don't know who says hella, but I don't know. I'm saying it now.
I think it's Kelly actually who says it a lot. I swear.
There you go. That's why she's from where? Arizona or some shit.
That's Ethan. I'm from
Arizona. Yeah.
No, she's from New Mexico, right?
New Mexico.
Yeah, that's some West Coast bullshit.
Yeah. I don't even. She's an hour away, like time zone wise, from me. So mountain standard.
Probably. Why you're west? I mean, you're whatever the fuck it is called.
Yeah, I'm West Coast.
Pacific.
I'm north of California.
Pacific. Thank you, Jay.
Northwest, yeah.
I'm learning my time zones.
Nice hoodie you got there, Jay.
Oh, really? Oh, thank you, Billy. It's quite a nice one.
I can order one once I get a job.
Nice.
Yeah, I will.
Sweet. I'm down.
People already give me weird looks with my Atheism is Unstoppable hoodie. I can't wait to walk around with a fucking hoodie that says godless.
Someone who got a hoodie who was in school was like, oh, people might get offended by your shirt, but they didn't tell him he couldn't wear it.
Yeah.
So I was like, good, then who cares? Be like, I'm offended by their hijab. Like, not too bad. And he's in one of those shit, like, not shit countries. Obviously, it's not a shit country. It's just one of those Islamic sucker countries. Like, I want to suck Islamic dick countries in Europe. They're not shit. They're really good countries. You know, like one of those Sweden or whatever the fuck they are.
Oh, like Norway, Nordic countries.
Almost Nordic. I don't know if it's fucking the Netherlands or what.
European.
Could be Netherlands. It could be somewhere else. But
okay, go with European then.
But you know that, yeah, sort of towards the north almost.
Europe's got some problems, man.
Yeah, just a few.
Just a few. Just a few. Hopefully they can
even know
solve
about
that
all of them because they're trying to like keep it on the DL.
Dude, did you see that Drew got a strike? That shit is like probably the worst strike I've seen so far.
Who got a strike?
Well, Drew, Autopsy 87.
Yeah, I saw he put
for fucking he drew Muhammad 2 years ago.
Oh yeah.
That was his video. He drew Muhammad. It was a stick figure with a beard and a guitar. And they fucking gave him a strike, community guidelines strike.
Holy shit.
That shit is crazy, man. That's it.
There's just some douchebags going around and like flagging.
Sharia YouTube, like.
Yeah, it's gay. Did you see the YouTube's most recent tweet? Roses are red, violets are blue. Support Black creators.
Yeah, subscribe to Black creators.
Have you seen Kevin's video on it?
He did a video on the. No, I haven't seen that yet.
Oh right.
But his fucking
okay.
responses were gold.
Yeah,
it was 153 years ago. Stop treating Black people like they're fucking invalids, pretty much. Like, true that, man. Like. Yeah,
unfortunately though, Devon fucked up on that video. Like, and you won't believe it. He had some fucking EDL cunt, this dodgy Mexican, and some cripple from the north.
I can't wait to see that. That'll be good. Where is Devon? Has he been around today?
Probably not long got up, mate.
Oh, yeah. I always forget about fucking time zones. Fuck me up, man. I can't keep track of all of them. The one that I'm always sure of is anything on the East Coast of the United States and the UK. Those are easy to remember. Like, okay, so add 3 hours, add 8 hours. Okay, got it. Add 19 hours, my brain's like, nope, squirrel brain not working. Nope. Malfunction. Oh, hey.
Oh. Speak of the devil and he shall appear. We have summoned him.
Devin Tracy.
Headshot in the boat.
What's up? What's up, people?
Not much. Just talking about you.
Hanging out.
What was going on? What's the topic?
Saying about your new video.
About the YouTube. Roses are red, violets are blue. And then your response, and then bam, you showed up.
Right. Yeah, I'm uploading a new one now. I just recorded a new one.
Nice.
Yeah, it's fun. Good times. I just saw an invite from Alf, so I said, what the hell? Jump in.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm watching...
You've been on fire, Devin. Holy shit.
Oh.
Yeah. They just keep getting better.
Yeah, I'm cranking. I'm trying. Who's playing guitar? Is that Sean?
No, it's in the
It's the
background. That's my
ghost in
roommate.
Alfie's house.
The ghost.
Yeah. Spectre. I don't know. So.
The ghost of guitar past.
I saw Billy Bong talking to Ethan. He's engaging with the sociopath.
Yeah, he's out of his mind.
What was this idea? I mean, he's listening to Peterson, right? And he's saying,
they're all just...
not every atheist can handle.
Only exceptional people can handle it.
Right, but he bought into this idea that without God, you have nihilism.
Yeah,
which
I
is
saw
Nietzsche. It's boxing the body talking about Nietzsche.
Gangle just retweeted him saying atheism means being honest that nihilism is true. And
but that's what he wants to twist. He wants to twist that there's no inherent meaning to life to mean that you're gonna be a fucking depressed piece of shit.
It's not true.
Like, it's two different fucking topics. Like, yeah, nihilism is true, but who gives a fuck? Like, yes, the world means nothing.
I just don't get how you. Well, it doesn't, but that doesn't mean my life doesn't mean something to me. It's like it totally negates subjectivity because you don't believe in God. Like, go fuck yourself, man.
It's a false equivalence. It's just a fucking bullshit.
Has the Jordan Peterson Russell Brand abomination been released yet?
Oh, God.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, maybe it's today, right?
They're definitely going to argue about feminism, right?
I think somebody sent me a tweet about it. Yeah, I gotta find out. What?
Oh man, I can't wait.
Does he have a YouTube channel or what is it?
It is on the Russell Brand channel. Here, I'll link it. Oh boy, what a view! He's sitting on the couch.
Russell Brand actually put a video out recently about the monarchy.
Oh God!
But I've posted.
And the only reason I know that is because Devon's video on it popped up after. Like I'd want to watch that.
Yep. So, what else have you been doing, Devon? Did you go to the gym today?
Oh, I am right now. I was watching Denzel Washington talk about his latest movie, and apparently he gets into. Here's the quote: "Don't blame the system for black incarceration. It starts at home."
Wait, that's good, right?
He's got a black guy interviewing him, and he's pushing back. It's really funny because you see this dynamic a lot. Somebody sent me this link. People send me shit all the time. But it's you get a black interviewer and they see a black icon. Now what they think is, come on, Denzel, give us those talking points of Black Lives Matter and fuck the cops and fuck a white man. Yeah. And Denzel Washington has had, a delightful life,
monumental
living
success.
in this white man system. Right. So he's had incredible financial success, career-wise success. I look up to the guy. He's an amazing actor. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't have this rage, this excess rage where he's got to blame somebody. He's like, blame them for what? If anything, I should thank them.
Yeah.
Literally thank them. So it's always awkward to see the interviewer who's looked up to this guy and is looking for some Malcolm X speech. And by the way, he played Malcolm X.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I'm not into this. Well, just chill out.
That was like the reaction to Lil Wayne when he wouldn't follow the questioning too.
Yo, I ain't never seen no racist in my life.
I got shot. I shot myself in my stomach.
That motherfucker was white.
That motherfucker was white. Can't you see there's a baby bleeding out here?
Somebody sent me an email talking about Chris Rock's new Netflix special. Let me see what he said. I haven't seen it. I don't know if it's good or bad. Watch the first 7 minutes or so of Chris Rock's new special on Netflix. He's not joking. He frames it like a joke, hypothetical, but sweet baby Jesus. Very cryptic. I don't know what he's talking about.
Sounds like it's going to be not good.
Not good. No, not good. He's not joking. All right.
How embarrassing. Oh my God.
Well, that would be he'd be bucking the trend because Chris Rock has criticized black people in the past. He's done the whole N-words versus black people. Mm-hmm. He's made that distinction in a joke. He did a self-help, like a public service announcement of how to not die at at the hands of cops. Like,
oh
don't
yeah,
break the law.
you did a video on that.
Yeah. Right. So Chris Rock usually keeps it real, so it'll be interesting to see if he's changing.
He's always
hope
been.
not.
He's had no problems ripping white people, though. That's for sure.
Yeah, he goes back and forth.
Yeah.
But he understands the concept that black people need to solve their shit.
How about let's ask Billy Bong how he thinks about a Cuban guy in Florida shooting up a school.
It's gonna happen. A lot of Cubans in Florida.
He's a white identity extremist. Guys.
Supposedly.
Are you willing to call it your own?
Yeah, Cubans don't shoot up schools.
Finally, he takes a stand.
Finally.
Yeah. So,
Finally.
white identitarian, but he went in and killed everybody in the school, right? He didn't kill black people.
I don't even know that. I didn't look into it much. Fuck.
Well, like Gang says, now we got to blame all Cubans and ask Cubans why they shoot up schools.
Yeah. So Jank's latest thing is to try to soften the blow of terrorism when it comes to Muslims. He's calling the NRA terrorists.
Oh God.
That's his.
But they're not going to call him a
point.
Cuban white supremacist. They're just going to call him a white supremacist. Though.
Jank's getting all literal with the definition. He's like, terrorism, violence done in the name of political aim. Well, that's the NRA. The NRA, their promotion of guns is causing violence in the name of their political aim of having gun sales be continued.
I love when these people try and use the point everyone's made to them to try and prove their point, even though they never accept it as, the proof of our point.
Yeah,
It's
you're right.
Funny.
It's like it's a child. It's a child who says, "Yeah, well, I stole, but so did Sally. Sally steals too, so don't blame me. They did it."
So people just can't accept it. People can't accept their own faults and
that's like when
responsibilities.
It's like when atheists, when they say to atheists, atheism is a religion. Like, okay, you're proving
I hate that.
So you're saying religion sucks. Right?
Like, what the fuck? But it's interesting because you're right. Jank represents the Muslims, and people come to him and say, "Hey, Jank, Muslims suck. They've made it clear again and again and again." And he goes, "Yeah, well, the NRA sucks. Yeah, well, Dylan Roof sucks. Yeah, well, I mean, it's like."
No, he actually goes, "No, they don't. But the NRA sucks for the same reasons you say Muslims suck."
Yeah. And he'll say, "Oh, they might suck a little bit, like a fringe element, but no more than Christians suck. They're no different than any other group."
What about that?
Right-wing terrorism.
Yeah.
In Italy.
What about Marino?
Italian terror. Oh my God.
He means the mafia. We don't talk about the mafia, do we?
Yeah, that was one of my favorites. When they will bring that up. They say, "What about organized crime and the mafia?" And
the FBI is taking them down all the time.
And it's always just like, what about them, guys?
Yeah.
Do you think our point hinges on the fact that we are in defense of the mafia? We're against those guys too.
Yeah.
Problem
And the mafia is
here.
not as big as an issue as it used to be either. It's on the downslide.
Not as big.
Decades.
I mean,
It's been going down
it's
for
not
decades.
even remotely close.
Yeah, and it's nowhere near
destroyed
like international criminal cells, terrorist cells and shit. It's nowhere near that. They're mostly relegated to small areas.
Yeah, it's all been glamorized in the film. I mean, it's
yeah. Hey, we used to have.
I think we have
a lot of mafia around here. That they all pretty much left.
after Sopranos got canceled.
Yeah, Sopranos got canceled. Yeah. Like we got to go somewhere else.
No, but I mean, this too. The scene in The Godfather. Oh, did they?
Yeah.
The scene in The Godfather where he's baptizing his child and he's killing off all his enemies. They kill off 6-7 guys in that 2-minute sequence. You get more deaths in a night. Like there was more deaths in Mardi Gras this year than that. So, and that was like the big killing spree in the mob film.
Yeah.
It's not comparable.
What about the mafia? It's too funny, man.
Mafia.
I'm waiting for did he ever mention the mafia, Jank? Or is we're expecting it?
No, he has. He definitely has. It's just funny. It's just funny to see. how he has the same 3 defenses. It's just, and with every new story that comes in, he's like, let me put defense A, defense B, or defense C onto this. And it's just interesting, the overlaps. Like, how could he be pro-Muslim and then anti-cop and then pro-black in this weird way and anti-white? Like, how it's not coincidence that those are the same stances people take on these issues.
Mm-hmm.
And what's crazy is, like, if you are against violence, and these guys say they're against violence, and then you have a problem with the cops, with the ones stopping the violence, you have a problem with white people who are by far the least violent outside of Asians, and you have a problem with Christians who are, again, the least violent compared to Muslims. So it's really contradictory. It's really a weird situation they're in.
It just doesn't matter. Everything is fuck whites right now. Everything.
Yeah.
Everywhere is fuck whites.
They're pushing it really hard now.
It's so shitty, man. Like, and people just eat that shit up. Like, that Jared Taylor and Tariq Nasheed bullshit was just like, it doesn't matter what information you provide. They're gonna say, well, it's actually white people deceiving everybody else. Deception is a popular white supremacist tactic that is often used, and they say they're facts, but they're not facts, and it's like, what?
It's not just that; they're also pushing this whole that Islam is a race thing as well,
which is so racist. Like, it makes no sense. You guys are the racists for assuming that when we're talking Islam, we're talking brown people. Like, that's not how it goes. It's not. It's a fucking religion, not a race.
Yep.
And it's the same conversation with Sam Harris and fucking Ben Affleck that happened on Bill Maher on repeat, like, for the last fucking 3 years or whenever that shit happened.
Is there a meme of a Muslim eating a sandwich yet? I've never seen it. It happened right away. Yeah, because it's like they just want to stay home and eat sandwiches.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah.
I think this anti-white stuff, they're poking a sleeping bear, because white people are not militarized. They're not caring about this. Like, why is this even an issue? Like, we want to watch the Super Bowl. We want to watch movies. We want to watch the Oscars. We don't want to be chastised for shit we didn't do. We don't want to be vilified. You know, you guys are prodding us, and they prod white people. And the problem is, in America, all these white people, they all have guns.
Yeah.
So, like, eventually, if they continue to start shit and, like, beat people up and
it's already happening though. Like, look at we got the alt-right. Like, they're fucking these.
Right.
Like, okay, this guy, you know, the guy Mike Enoch, he's a fucking piece of shit. That dude. That guy's like, okay, I don't know if you've heard of Matt Heimbeck. He's like literally a neo-Nazi. Like, he has SS gear and all this shit. Like, and he marches with these fucking people. Like,
right. And so here's the thing. At any other time, a group like that of white people getting together and rallying about being white, people will be like, you're crazy. What are you doing with your shields and your swords and your guns? You're psycho. Like, let's watch these guys. But now, the response to stuff like that is even more racism against white people. Then it's going to make those guys seem like the guys that are, like, standing up and fighting back.
Yeah, it's bad.
Because I'm telling you, there's going to be more blood. I just did a reaction to a song that came out where they're openly calling for the execution of cops.
Nice.
And it's completely anti-white. I mean, so all this stuff, it's all cute and stuff. And if it's BuzzFeed and if it's on Twitter and if it's, you know, it's a joke, it's a comedian just making fun of white people. This stuff is, you're adding a pile, and everybody's keeping score on this shit.
Well, that's the thing. It's starting to bleed into mainstream popularity now, isn't it? We've got rappers and films and TV shows that are now starting to pick it up more and more.
But that's
like, okay. Here's a perfect example. You know how "fuck the police" is a normal expression? People say that in public. They'll say it right to a cop's face. Like, how long before "fuck white people" is normalized to that degree?
It already is, kind of, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just tacitly implied in the way that people are trying to go.
And that's why every time I do a video where the message, the intent is to say "fuck white people," that's why it's the #1 thing on the regressive agenda. I mention it. I say what they're unwilling to say, but what they are saying. So I say, this is what Cenk is saying right now. They're saying "fuck white people" right now. And nobody's ever pushed back against that because it's true. That's exactly what they're doing.
Isn't that like, a whiff?
Yeah, a whiff, right? And
Tariq, it's like
I'm about to do another video on Tariq where he again does not tell you what he's actually saying. No. He does a thing about Haiti, the Haitian Revolution, where he says it was incredible what they did because they were outnumbered and they didn't have the technology, but they learned how to weaponize their surroundings. They weaponized rocks. They weaponized trees. He's like, do whatever you do. It's like the retarded
3,000 years before 10,000 years.
This is like a retarded black version of the Winston Churchill speech on "We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight with rocks. We shall." He's like, you know that bottle of 40 ounces of malt liquor you're drinking? It could be weaponized. Use it to smash over the head of a white person. And so Tariq he's saying everything but this. He's saying, people in America, blacks in America, you are being oppressed the way the Haitians were being oppressed by, guess what? The white man, again, the French, whatever, French, Americans today, whatever, it doesn't matter, same difference. Mm-hmm. What you need to do is overthrow them with violence. That is why we are celebrating the Haitian Revolution today. It's not an accident. Like, that's literally, if you don't take that message, you're not watching the product.
And all those tactics that you talk about there, Devon, are the same tactics that they use with these groups that are pro-Islam and pro-Muslim apologetics. They use all those.
Imagine if I did a video promoting some historical event where white people went in and just completely annihilated all the blacks. And I was like making comparisons to today, and I'm like, just amazing. The silence. And the people that are silent are everybody on the left, everybody who claims to be educated. We're talking about educated atheists. Like, how are they not awake to this? They're trying to turn race into a political thing. So if you're in favor of being white, or if you think there's nothing wrong with being white, then you're on the right, and that's racist.
You're part of the problem.
It's the weirdest.
They're overtaking it, like the right wing tries to make, like, if you're red pill, that means you're on the right.
Well, I was put in a video from Finatrot. He's this YouTuber. He does these metal covers and these parody videos, and he's doing a video about white people or whatever, the anti-white hatred, and then he does a segment where people stand up for whites, and he cuts to the people standing up for whites, and it's like Pepe the Frog, it's all these right wingers,
Sticks, Hex and Hammer, fucking what's his Molyneux, fucking
Molyneux, Millennial Woes, and then he throws me in there. And it's just like, it's so crazy to me, like, to be in a group of people that I am so.
Wasn't that like the Mouthy Buddha video? Same.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing.
Difference.
Right, and I'm trying to figure out how this is being politicized.
It is. It just is. Everyone's making everything political. Everyone's making every fucking single subject political.
And I guess maybe there's something to do with the general mentality of somebody on the left and somebody on the right, where somebody on the right, I guess, deals in more individual terms. They don't view people collectively, and they're more about like taking responsibility for your own actions and like pulling your own weight, sort of thing. And that applies from taxes all the way down to just
I also think people don't understand proportions. Like, people have such a difficult time with per capita shit. Like, obviously, you have to judge the numbers based on the proportions of the populations. Otherwise, nothing fucking makes sense. Oh, there's not enough black people in this. Well, first of all, there's only this many black people in the country. Like, how do you expect the number to be here when there's, like, this many in the country? Like, I don't understand that.
And that's why it's not about that. You're right. They always find a reason to complain. But really underlying the entire thing is they have hatred towards white people.
Yeah,
they honestly have that. This is why if you're in a relationship and you're fighting over every little thing, it's not the little things. It's the fact that you have problems with the other person that are deeper than whatever than the fact that they didn't leave the toilet seat up or down.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's the inferiority complex that you've mentioned so many times. Like, they just can't stand the fact that there's more successful white people. Well, I mean, there's also more white people in the fucking country and shit. And sorry, but, like, white people have accomplished a lot. Can we just admit that? Can we get over it? Like,
is it really that much?
Well, it was weird watching Jared Taylor talk to Tariq Nasheed, and Tariq is all about white people and white supremacy, and he's hyper focused on the black struggle. And when Jared told him that he doesn't care about blacks that much, he's like, I'm actually concerned about my group, whites, the same way you're concerned about your group, blacks. And he's like, we don't care about you. We only care when you're fucking up the program. That's it. Aside from that, we wish you the best.
Yeah.
What did he say to that? What did Tariq say to that? He doesn't get it.
Because he thinks there's a massive conspiracy and the white supremacists rule the world and they're trying to subjugate black people. What do white people get from black people? What do we get from them?
Slave labor.
Right, slave labor. They would go back.
We got slave labor at some point.
Billy says that as a joke, and they do go back to that as if that has any relevance to today. Like the 1% of white slave owners from over 150 years ago. And picking cotton and just manual labor. Who cares? So today, what do whites get from blacks? How are we harnessing them?
I think it's funny to think
entertainment.
Yeah, basketball.
Right. So entertainment and basketball.
Jesters.
And what do? Make them millionaires.
They wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for their like slave ancestors, and the way they're shitting on the legacy of like that is just really sad. It's just like you wouldn't be here if they weren't brought here in the first place. And it sucks. Sorry for slavery.
They're mad about that in the first place, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, but you know what that is?
And then how many of them say that? Oh yeah, go back to Africa. How many of them actually do that? Or
someone asked me the other day on Twitter.
Here's the other thing, though. But if they do go somewhere else, like for example, there's a group of fucking women and a fucking few other groups that have gone to, I think, Costa Rica, and they started up these, black only sort of like villages and retreats and whatnot. And guess what's happening? They're getting arrested and deported. Guess why? Because they're either there illegally, committing crime, driving without tax on their vehicle and various other things, or they're there with an out-of-date passport.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
but the white man is always trying to oppress the blacks. Asians are successful to undercut the black society. Like,
the other day, I was bitching on Twitter because someone said something about lead paint, and then people are throwing me fucking studies about lead paint. What about culture? Like, are there any studies for that? I'm like, yeah, like there's gonna be studies for fucking that. Like we could even attempt to make that study, you know?
The lead paint people are the flat earthers of race discussion. It's incredible.
There's a correlation of crime to fucking lead paint, but hello, like lead paint's been fucking gone forever, dude. Where are people growing up with lead paint now?
No, that's completely bogus. It's
and like to say it's culture is like, oh, you have to prove it now. You have to have studies. And like, what? Like, how are you going to get studies for that? Like, you guys bitch about IQ studies. You're going to let people study culture and say, oh, this is bad about that. And so that's why they're doing it. how are you going to get that study going?
But you know what I love?
Shit. That's just
I love the fact that even this lead paint thing, even if it were true, which it is not, it is absolutely, completely, 1,000% non-true. If it were the reason why black people are over-aggressive and commit criminal rates as they do, why don't they stop with the fucking lead paint? Why don't they deal with this shit?
But
there's no ownership. So even with this bullshit excuse,
they can't afford to paint new shit. They can't afford it.
They don't. Right. They still don't ask anything of blacks. So even if you highlighted, it's come to the lead paint, right? Oh, it is the lead paint. Why don't you do something about it?
Yeah,
exactly.
I think something was done about it, right? There hasn't been lead paint used in apartment buildings since the 80s. Yeah, when they discovered that people were eating the chips.
And what about this disparity between the races and lead paint? Why is
it's
like they were if everyone had lead paint, so what the fuck? Like, so
everybody had it, and also it was in the gasoline. They changed the way
they changed that in like the 50s.
Yeah, and do you think white people were exposed to the gasoline?
Yeah, someone actually said in this argument that they make highways purposefully through the like city areas where the blacks are. So they were affected more. And I'm like, first of all, there's not many fucking highways going through cities. Like,
oh my god, it's so sad.
They're mostly on like grassy land areas, like usually. Like,
but this it honestly
responsibility.
It reminds me of the argument when I used to say there is no God. And a religious person or Christian apologist, they would come up with all these things. Yeah, but how could you have morality? There must be a God. How could you, the universe is so big, there must be a God. And you just keep coming back, there is no God. Yeah, but there is no God. And this is the same thing with me saying, yeah, but blacks commit more crimes. Black people just commit way more crimes. That's just a fact. And it's everywhere you go. And that's the other fun thing about lead paint. Like, are you assuming that only in one region of one country that we're aware that black people commit more crimes?
Oh no, there's lead paint problems there too. Yeah. You didn't know that? This is what I get. I swear on my fucking life.
Yeah, why is it that in Melbourne, Australia, guess who's committing the most crimes? The Jews, the Vietnamese? No, it's the Africans. The Africans. And who do you think is committing more crimes per capita in Jamaica? The white Jamaicans or the black Jamaicans? Take a hard think on that.
It's not hard.
Yeah,
it's the black Jamaicans.
Unbelievable.
Well, then they get mad because they think you're trying to say it's genetics. It's all genetics.
Isn't it funny that you can't get past the first statement where you say something like "There is no God." This is an obvious fact. There is no blacks commit more crimes. Obvious fact. Now, anything else we want to discuss, like what to do about it, even discussing why it happens, then maybe you could prevent it. That's all lost because they don't accept the first statement. So they throw up a brick wall there.
Like, that's what Tariq does. He makes up a why. Oh, the numbers are fudged by the white supremacists. Oh, blackness itself.
Or it's because of Paul.
It's just a crime.
Imagine,
black. Like,
you guys, imagine going into a hospital and you say, I have severely severed my finger. There's a massive cut. It's dangling. And the doctor goes, no, it's not.
Yeah.
You're like, what? Yes, it is. Look at it. And he goes, no. And this is why we're spinning our wheels. There's nothing happening here because the facts are not being acknowledged by these people.
And when they are acknowledged, they make an excuse right away.
Right.
If they acknowledge them, yeah, it's true, but why? Don't you wonder why?
But really, the reason why those excuses are so obnoxious is because, first of all, they're not valid excuses. But every excuse is aimed at saying "fuck white people." It's white people's fault that black people do X.
White people had to get to the city, so they drove through the area. They put the highways up in the black neighborhood to get there.
Right. The war on drugs. The war on drugs. As if everybody's not aware of the rules about the war on drugs. And if you want to legalize drugs, that's a separate topic. Everybody knows it's illegal. So if you decide to break the law, that's your decision.
Criminalizing that, they criminalize.
And how is that only affecting black people? That affects everybody.
Yeah, no, they say the war on drugs is the reason for black crime, as if it's like we've arbitrarily decided to have a war on water.
No, that's the reason for black incarceration. not like they're being incarcerated more because
But they're acting like if we just randomly declared eating watermelon to be a crime, and we're going to throw you in jail for it.
And that's what they say we're doing. That's what they say white people are doing. Like they made smoking weed bad because of blacks. They made this bad because of blacks. It's fucking nuts. Like,
when a black person shoots another black person, a white person made him do it.
Yeah, a white person. Yeah, fucking.
Yeah, black on black crime.
He made that criminal. Like he made that a criminal act.
I just watched a music video where
I just want to say something because Ethan's in the chat fucking spurging out. He's like, Devon, there's no opportunity. Of course people will join gangs. No, Ethan.
That's
just because you're poor doesn't give you a fucking excuse to commit crime. I know plenty of people who are fucking poor, mate. They're not out committing crime. They're out doing.
He doesn't understand. But once again, it's a lily white guy from a bubble, from a cultish bubble. From Minnesota.
All whites are able to have these opportunities. Apparently, every fucking one.
There's no opportunities, right? And what he's saying there is the system. There's racism in the system. They can't get jobs because racism, because white people. It's such garbage fucking nonsense. Why does every other immigrant group, anybody else can do well? Look at Amy, the brown people, the Indians, right? Do you think they have opportunities? What are they doing that's so different from what blacks are doing? Why are there no Indian
worse with him? He's just
plenty of slums.
Without blacks from developing generational wealth, which is also bullshit because slavery was abolished 200 fucking years ago.
Yeah.
Like, how many generations is that since then?
Yeah, Ethan, what about
exactly.
babies in the black community?
Yeah, how about this?
Devin, how do these people become your fans? Like,
I don't know. I have no idea.
No fucking idea.
But here's the thing. He's saying generational wealth. What he's saying is it's white people's fault that anything black people do today. Why? Because slavery led to the inability for them to pass along generational wealth over the last 150 years, therefore poverty, therefore gangs and violence and crime.
But it's somehow in
his world, that's a fine scenario to paint that. There's no ownership at any level. Nobody is living in accordance to the golden rule or having a moral compass. No, you could have an opportunity and build it yourself. It's been done countless times by people from immigrants to white people. By the way, there's twice as many white people who are impoverished. They don't commit this level of crime.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't have generational wealth. Do you think Tanya Harding has generational wealth? But he's looking for excuses. What is Ethan, this little fucking shit stain? What are you willing to say about black people? What criticize black people? Tell me 10 things wrong with black people. Go. You're willing to give them a pass for everything they do, including murder. So what are they responsible for?
Well, Alfie could send him the link and we could hear it all from his fucking mouth.
Okay, how about this? Let's talk arson. Do you want to talk arson? Setting fires to shit. Illegally, threatening people's lives, ruining property. Guess who does that more? Black people do it more. Black people do it more. Robbery, they do way more. Robbery, they do more, not per capita. Straight up, 13% does it more than 63%. Rape. Ethan, where do you stand on rape? Black people do it more. Why don't you blame them? Is that slavery's fault, Ethan, that they rape more? You fucking childish bitch. Come to Melbourne, I'll knock you the fuck out.
He said lower generational wealth on average will lead to higher crimes in general. Yeah, but that's their fault, right?
Oh, yeah.
And that's them.
Yeah.
The individuals who are...
Yeah, I love that. There's no human element here. There's no humans involved. It will lead to... This phenomenon will lead to this.
It can only lead to this.
That's so stupid.
There's no. It's either or with these fucking people. It's
even if it did, it's regardless. It would be their responsibility to get out of that.
What is the need to be defensive on their behalf? Is what I don't get. Why are
you
the daddy, Ethan? Like, why?
You know what leads to crime?
Responsibility for their shit. Why?
I'll tell you what leads to crime. People deciding to commit crimes. Human beings with agency deciding to commit crimes. Now. That's a no-no. We're saying no to that. We're pushing back against that. That's a problem. And when it comes to who shall fix the problem, they need to fix the problem. For starters, we have institutions in place, and a lot has been done to help every American, everybody along the way. Exactly. And the British people see this shit, and they're like, they laugh in the face of this because they know that there's other people that commit crimes. And, there's white people who commit crimes in England and stuff. It's not just, and look, there are white people in America who commit crimes too. We're not in favor of them either, but the numbers are wildly disproportionate.
Right.
And the excuse, and where's the excuse for the white guy? Hey, Ethan, what are we going to say? The white guy in America who commits crimes. What's the excuse for him? Well, he doesn't get the excuse.
He had
in the same way.
Constitutional power, so he has no.
Exactly. Oh, he had every access to generational wealth, but he just didn't. He's a fuck up, that white guy.
Because the guy has an excuse. The rich have totally handed out to the poor whites constantly throughout history.
In the same way that there's no excuse ever given to a white guy who gets shot by cops. Unarmed white guy gets shot by a cop? Well, what happened? Well, the white guy probably did something. Oh, no. Are you sure it wasn't racism? You sure?
But I mean, it's racism when a black cop shoots a black person.
Always.
Like,
they didn't do nothing every time.
They're white supremacists regardless of the race.
I just love it. I mean, if you ask a guy, okay, all these white people being shot by cops, which is twice as many are shot by cops, white people. How many of those cases are racism, or because of racism, where the guy was innocent and didn't really deserve it, but he was a racist? And everybody will say 0% of those were. And so you say, well, why was he shot? And then they'd say, well, we will have to look at the individual facts. Now, that's what they should be doing with the black cases and understand that is what is happening. That is what is operative in every one of those situations, with very few exceptions. But they don't want to see it because they just like the story. People like stories. Why do you think this cultish little scrub is giving us more stories? These are stories he tells himself.
Isn't it weird?
They don't want to live. They don't know reality.
Do you remember the shit that happened? I don't know. It was like in a hotel. The guy was making the guy crawl and fucking whatever, and then he shoots him. Okay, so no one said shit about race. They were just like, the cops got to change. But if it was a black dude on the floor, it would have been totally about race and not just the cops, you know?
Exactly. That cop was a trigger happy.
Yeah, he was crazy. Like,
yeah.
But the point is that like nobody mentioned the race. But if it was a black guy, it wouldn't have not been about the crazy cop. It would have been about both, actually. But one of the aspects would have been taken out of it for no reason.
Yes, and the reason is, Billy, is because they hate white people, regardless if you're talking about cops or the Oscars or anything. They hate white people. They're uncomfortable with living in a white dominated society. And when I say white dominant, I mean by strictly numbers.
Yeah.
All of our institutions, we have free, equal access to everybody. Every citizen has the same rights. It's completely equal. But there's more whites, and they don't like it.
This guy just said, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you got it.
No, this guy in the chat just said, if that guy was black, America would be on fire right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just goes back to the history. So not the live life history, but the actual history of slavery.
History.
So, right, it's not a minor thing to grapple with, the fact that one race of people enslaved another race. Now, when you point out, and somebody, some black conservative guy sent a tweet out talking about there were more white slaves in northern Africa than there were black slaves, in America. Right, so there's slavery and all sorts of barbaric shit from the ancient world that has happened in every race in every direction. But apparently in their eyes, they're so sort of narrow-minded and they're so focused about themselves. They see white people as the enemy of all of human history. Meanwhile, white people are the ones white people are the ones that died by the hundreds of thousands to stop slavery. White people are the ones that banished slavery.
When was the French Revolution?
Devon, do you want to know something funny about that? Actually,
holding down other
white people fighting for slavery. The British government only finished paying off its slavery debt for freeing blacks from slavery and paying off slave owners in 2015. And there's groups in Britain are basically like, "Oh no, you didn't. That's bullshit." Blah blah blah, and trying to use it as a way of scoring more points and saying that basically fuck white people because that we're trying to use it as a good thing that we paid to have them freed because they don't understand economics and how the slave trade was.
Yeah, well, I think
the empire basically.
I think they hold residual anger over the fact that they let themselves be enslaved. So I think that there's some shame when it comes to that. And I think that they also feel shame and a bit of horror that they have been failing as a people for this long. So it's awkward. It's incredibly awkward. And they cannot deal with that. And so what they always bring up like
colonialism as an argument, and it's like, what happened to the places after they left? What happened?
Right, but the blacks in America think, God, I think we should be kings. I think we should be sort of glorious and successful, but we're not. And is it our own fault? Because I see some, renegade, just reckless behavior from my own black people here, and they're acting a fool and they're being stupid and they're holding us down. But should we really address that, or should we blame it on the white people? And then they look back to Africa and they think, God, when white people are out of the picture, Africa does well. Like what? Like Liberia and Zimbabwe and the Congo. No.
Oh, yeah.
It's a disaster really over there. Exactly. It's fucking terrible. It was terrible when we found it. We improved it with colonialism. And then after colonialism, every African nation went into the shitter. And if you don't believe me, go visit. Go visit once. Yeah. You don't go visit. You don't talk about South Africa because it's too awkward.
Well, that's when they changed
the American regressive.
Moral relativism, and they're like, "Oh, you gotta fucking, that's because who are you to tell us that that's not good?"
Like, right? What's Ethan? What's that fucking faggot Ethan? What's he talking about South Africa? Why is he not talking about the 50 murders a day that happened in South Africa, black on black, the crime disparity in South Africa, the white genocide in South Africa? He doesn't give a shit. He doesn't care because he doesn't understand. He doesn't want to understand. He wants to creep out on girls in Minnesota and just be a total douchebag.
Yeah, but Africa has a problem where white people keep them from generational wealth. The entire continent.
Why do you think it's so dry there? They took everything.
They took the water. They took the moisture out
Yeah,
the
and
air.
this is why, by the way, when you talk about IQ, why it's so revolutionary and so eye-opening is it explains a lot. It explains a lot. A disparity of IQ that's significant, just multiply that by time and history, and you'll be like, oh, that perhaps is why this group of people excelled to the degree that which they did, and this group did not. How hard is that to understand? You think it's just happenstance? You think it's just an accident? Why is Madagascar not Japan?
Straight up, yeah. And it's funny because it's been explained. Jared Taylor explained this in that debate, if you want to call it that as well. Like, lower average IQ coupled with high serum testosterone and also a very poor ability to defer gratification is what contributes to high crime rates in the Black community. But nobody wants to acknowledge those things, right? It's just like the Islam shit. If they don't take responsibility and fix their own shit, they get pissed off if anybody comes from outside and does it. They don't want that. So what the fuck else is there left to do?
And this is, Amy, this is the blunt truth of it. The blunt truth is that what we're saying is hard to hear. It's a blunt truth. It's awkward. To say the IQ scores are what they are. Great. Okay. And to say Islam is shit. Islam is shit. I don't care what you say. That's the harsh truth of that situation. And there are great Muslim people and there are great Black people. They're sweet as hell. They're lovely. They're
1,000 Black
great
dentists.
friends. Great. Yeah. Yes, but they're awesome human beings, and they have so much to offer. But the IQ scores are still the IQ scores, and Islam is still shit.
Right.
Okay, like those things do not change because these humans you want to root for them and they have positive attributes. It doesn't matter. We're talking about real shit.
Yeah, the IQ thing really fucking bothers people. It's just like, it's okay when you're talking about like height or any other kind of phenotypic expression of genetics, but when it comes to IQ, then everybody gets really uncomfortable. And it's just like, okay, so we're going to talk about the disparity between Black and white IQ, but then if you acknowledge that there's a disparity between the Asian and white IQ, that's just ignored. Completely.
Yeah, right, and we get on with our lives. Like, Asians are on average smarter. Who cares? All right, great, good for them.
Yeah.
It's like, it reminds me of being in high school, and like there'd be the Asian kid that excelled at school and was like nerding out and doing well in all the tests in math class or science or chemistry. Did we look at him in envy and be like, oh, I wish I could be the freaking Asian kid? No, we were out playing sports and like getting a B+ on our paper and like fucking chicks. Like, move on. Good for him.
Yeah. Yes, Ethan. I am definitely saying that generational wealth is definitely not a factor.
Oh my God. He is in love with this thing, generational wealth. Generational wealth.
Who has generational wealth?
Yeah.
Ethan,
a very small percentage of people.
Do you think higher testosterone and lower IQ is going to factor in regardless of how wealthy you are?
Exactly.
I mean,
exactly.
It's insane. Guess what? Tupac had a bunch of money. He had generational wealth, you fucking ignorant piece of shit. He was still a gangbanger. He still had his IQ. He still was making stupid-ass decisions.
But again, he's ignoring the fact that you said earlier that there are more impoverished white people. Where's that fucking generational wealth?
No, he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't like it. Right.
Not even close. He's not accepting that.
No. What he's trying to say is it's our responsibility. We have to give them generational wealth. We got to set up a system where we just gift these people jobs and careers. Like, they have just as much chance as anybody else. This is a competitive world. It's capitalism. They have to get off their ass and do it themselves. He doesn't want to do that. He wants to play the daddy because he's uncomfortable. Because what do you think Ethan's contact with Black people is? Can you imagine Ethan at a pickup basketball game? You put Ethan and me with 10 Black dudes playing basketball. Just watch how uncomfortable he is with the Blacks, and watch me. That's it. That's all I'll say.
Isn't Arizona white as fuck?
Completely white.
And some Mexicans.
It's amazing. It's amazing because you cannot even speak real with this. Like, let's get a Black person in here who wants to speak real. Where are the Blacks on YouTube? Where's Black YouTube? They're hanging out at like racist ass channels like the sheep and shit. Yeah, these Black people need to get woke. Yeah, they these Blacks are not woke at all.
There's very few that are.
White people are the boogeyman. Yo.
And I'm telling you, there's more blood coming. There's riots down right around the corner.
And you know what's so fucked up?
You know what's funny
about
white
people retaliate, you guys are gonna be racist for that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What's funny is what like when you point out anything differences between how Asians excel and whites. They're like, oh, Asian culture is white supremacy too. I've heard this.
Yeah, that's what Tariq said. He said white people allow Asians to succeed so that they can undercut the black community because
so it looks like we're not playing favorites. Like so.
Yeah, so here's what it is.
And Jared,
the thing with that,
isn't that dumb white supremacy that we let somebody else succeed more than the whites? And also, whites. Also, he's like, if we wanted more white people, why would we let people from other countries here? Why would we not stop them and just allow people from Europe to come in? No answer. Yeah. Just make it some bullshit. Like,
that's how you gotta.
Well,
here's the thing. People are really stupid and just don't understand English.
He makes this point. Jared talks about Asians, and he's like, well, what about them? They're doing fine. Why are whites not in an uproar about Asians? And the answer, Tariq, he should have said, well, there's also Asian supremacy. But he knew, as he thought that thought, it would dilute his anger about white supremacy, and it doesn't really make sense. Mm-hmm. So he knew that the whole thing would come tumbling down if he said that there's Asian supremacy.
Mm-hmm.
But that is what the argument would dictate he say.
Oh my
it just
God,
doesn't make any sense.
It gets fucking worse, Ethan does, doesn't he? He's basically just... Sorry, David. He just fucking said in the chat, he's like, oh, I support helping the poor. And then someone just said afterwards, so then why is race a factor, Ethan? And then his response is, it's a minor factor.
So he's arguing for a minor factor. Great, get it.
So why are we saying people instead of saying poor people?
I feel like he's just trolling, man.
Yeah.
Like,
by the way, you know what I've heard a retort to that fucking Asian argument is that the Asians that came here were successful Asians over there and not poor, not successful ones. I swear to fucking God, I've heard this shit. The majority that come here are well off already or whatever. I swear.
Somebody's poor.
Chinese food restaurants in the ghetto? That doesn't make sense.
I've heard this shit. I'm not joking.
If somebody's poor, do we have an expectation for them not to commit crime?
Exactly.
Can somebody be poor and not be criminal? Do they lose their moral code if they're poor? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Do they have no integrity? So if they're poor, then we hope for them to get better jobs and get more money. Is that our job to make them not poor, or is it their job?
That's what the Indians do.
Well, here's the thing.
Indians move to America and Canada, and they build their lives and shit, and they get rich and they make money and shit. Like,
no, Amy, they were already successful and know how to do it. That's the point.
So here's the thing: if you are poor and you decide to take part in criminal behavior, we will throw your ass in jail and we will look down upon you in scorn as a group, or whatever percentage of your group is doing that. Whoever's doing it, we look down upon. Now, being poor is not an excuse to do any of that. And if you are upset about being poor, then try to not be poor. It's not our job. And the fact that people would suggest it's our job to have these people, like, to create a life for these people, is just insane. That it's not.
Yeah.
But we even make it our job because we like.
we do.
I mean, like, the government that they're claiming is the white government. We have safety nets. We have fucking welfare. We have
free education. Yeah, we got all sorts of shit in place.
Dude, there's a thing called welfare queens. Okay, like, put that into perspective.
Well, and also compare America to every other country. If you don't like the opportunities of getting wealth or having opportunities in America, look at other countries. You're going to be completely shit out of luck.
Yeah. And if you want to succeed as a black person, how about trying to have a kid where the father is present? Again, I don't think people acknowledge that that's a huge fucking problem. Is when there's absent fathers and you're going to try and raise children and you keep fucking popping out kids when you don't have the resources to do so, and then you're sucking from the government teat. Like, your bad decisions are leading to your fucked up life situation.
Right. And so we have young black men acting like irresponsible human beings, and they don't know how to be an adult black male because they don't have an adult black male who's responsible in their life.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think Denzel Washington's kids are going to be criminal?
No.
Or do you think they have a role model that's going to tell them right from wrong, and they're just going to abide by it? It's just You need that. I mean, if you don't have that, you're screwed. And like, once again, has nothing to do with white people. This is all on them, but they can't separate it. They can't look at it.
Will Smith's kids aren't very criminal.
Just retarded.
Just retarded.
No, because they have generational wealth.
Yeah.
Hey, Ethan, let's give everyone generational wealth, shall we?
But even Jada Pinkett's a douche too. She was into the whole like, oh, boycott the Oscars because there's not enough black people. Like,
well, I'm not saying they're not aggressive. They're definitely.
Or was it because my hubby never won one?
Yeah.
No. Her husband didn't win. He was nominated twice before for Best Actor, and guess who won both times he was nominated for Best Actor?
Denzel Washington.
Oh no, Denzel. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. No, a black man. Yeah, there was Denzel and Forrest Whitaker. So other black people won.
Yeah. And they were bitching that Leonardo DiCaprio won one, but he like was nominated like 18 times before and didn't get one. So
and that's just fucking.
She still has the right. She still has the choice. I can't believe she still decided to go with that argument, knowing that her husband lost twice to black people.
And it's the worst. It just invigorates that narrative that these unsuccessful black people are trying to push. That they're so downtrodden and hard done by, and you know it's so hard for the black man to survive, and like everybody's just so obsessed with black people that we want to keep them down and not let them succeed. Meanwhile, there's like millionaire blacks out there, and it's like, what about them? Whites didn't try to keep them down.
Yeah.
And then they'll go out and they'll bitch about this shit. Like, that's the worst.
Tariq in the sheet says that the black people who get big is because they are pawns of the white supremacy.
Yes,
like they work with the white supremacy and the white supremacy lets them have some. So
there's no winning. There's just no winning.
That's what he was telling Jesse.
I gotta run,
guys.
guys.
Jared.
I'll see you, Billy.
Right. Thanks, Al. Good night, everyone.
Oh, he was a mascot for white supremacy.
Bye.
A mascot for white supremacy. It's so funny.
Which is kind of sad because it's like, okay, so not only are you saying it's white people's fault, but you're negating like Barack Obama's hard work and like the merits he had to get to where he was because you don't have them. Like, it's so weird. It makes no fucking sense.
Oh, simple. And we got that YouTube tweeting out this thing.
Oh,
yeah,
so happy with themselves.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Subscribe to black YouTubers.
Oh, it's February. It's Black History Month, so I guess.
That's what they made the connection.
Oh, you know why? Because every other month is fucking White History Month.
That's always funny to me.
So what we get is Black History Month. Help the blacks. Subscribe to black people. Blacks didn't do nothing. The poor blacks. The whites are so bad, white evil. So the question becomes, when do white people have something to be proud of? When do white people have something to be positive about when it comes to their group of people, their identity?
And the moment we do have anything to be proud of, it gets turned into being racist or Islamophobic or.
But what is the answer? Is the answer Charlottesville type dudes? Is the answer Richard Spencer? Is that the alternative?
Not.
So you can either self-flagellate and think that you are an evil son of a bitch who's like kind of the scum of the earth, or you can hang out with Richard Spencer. Right. Those are your two choices. But apparently, I'm here saying there's a third choice, which is don't. Fuck the far right and then fuck the regressive sort of self-hating group of people and understand that there's nothing wrong with being white.
Exactly.
And just black people need to let it go. Sorry, guys. You just gotta fucking
get the fuck over it.
Yeah, but it's white people. It's people like Ethan. It's these people who allow for this narrative to thrive and exist.
Yeah, Ethan.
I can't wait till he's in jail.
Like
sort yourself out.
What is the need? What is the need to isn't it like Ethan's position, the way it's like, I need to make excuses for these people, that is fucking insulting. That is incredibly insulting. You are pretty much stating tacitly,
generational wealth.
It's implied that you do not think black people are capable of pulling up their bootstraps and getting it together. Which is so much worse than saying, "Hey, get your shit together. Let it go." Like,
he said, all blacks can't be like me. I'm like, well, all whites can't be like you either. All Asians can't be like you.
I don't know. I'm gonna live in a world where I have the same expectations of people that I have of myself, which is to let go of shit and do better, and not bitch about my circumstances and fucking try and succeed within them.
It's just nobody's buying it. This idea that white people have some easy cakewalk through life. Life is fucking difficult and stressful and filled with obstacles and challenges for everybody. From job to job, it's competitive as fuck. Yeah. Nobody cares. You think the white guy cares about that? Just white people. So here, take the job, white guy, because you're white. Nobody. It's so ridiculous. There's tons of poor whites. There's tons of. I mean, it's just a really simplified and idiotic stance on the world. Yeah. I'm sickened by it.
Well, it's causing such a huge fucking problem right now in almost every sphere of discourse, and it's impossible to talk about anything without blackness and whiteness and all this shit coming up now. Like, there are issues that don't concern these things that are now just fucking poisoned by race. Like, what did the Super Bowl have to do with white supremacy or race? What does anything have to do? Like, any sports or anything like that, what does it have to do with blackness or whiteness? Oh, but then you bring up the NBA and then there's silence and nobody wants to even talk about that. Mm-hmm. What is it that I think Ethan was the one who said it in the last chat? NFL players are highly paid slaves. What about the white fucking football players? Are they highly paid slaves too?
What the fuck does that even mean?
I don't fucking know, man. That's why I think he just says shit. Like,
it's true.
Now he's saying, Devon, how can we convince blacks to stop being poor?
They have to convince themselves for that. No?
They have to stop the crime. It's not about stopping.
How can we? Did you just say it like that? How can we convince them?
How can we? It's not about us. It's about them. They're the ones that have to do it.
Well, why didn't he ask? Why can't we? How can we convince whites to stop being poor?
Yeah.
I mean, there's twice as many whites.
Yeah, but that's the thing is when he says, "Oh, I'm on about poverty," he's not on about poverty. He wants to save the blacks. Because if he was truly about the poverty, he would be like, "So, guys, how can we actually solve poverty? How can we get people to stop being poor?" Yeah. Obviously, at the end of the day, there is that group of people who aren't going to do jack shit. They're not going to fix that.
What's the best solution?
Jay, the same reason that they don't say, "How can we stop police killing people?" It's how can we stop police killing black people? Meanwhile, they kill twice as many white people.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sad.
Yeah, very.
I guess I'm going out to get some food. I'll be back later, but you'll probably be ending it at some point. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll probably.
Have fun.
Well, thanks for coming by, Devon.
We love you too, Devon. Bye. I need a biscuit.
How come he doesn't bring up Hispanic people? Hispanic people are poor as well. There's many. They don't have generational wealth.
And then about Hispanic people, so Tariq was saying that they bring in Hispanic people and they count most of them as white because they want to boost their numbers, right? Yeah. They want to look like there's more whites. And it's like, that's when Jared was like, then why are we letting Hispanics in? Why don't we stop the Hispanics from coming in and just get more people from Europe? Like, why? It's just so stupid to me.
Incentivize Europeans to come.
To infantilize people. If you want to sit there and play daddy to these people and say, oh, well, this is a reason they're doing bad and this is a reason. No, it comes down to how an individual behaves. And there are more individuals in a certain group that behave badly. And that's why these things are happening. And it's that simple. And it's not difficult. And it's like people make it difficult because they need to make excuses. Again, it's really insulting to think that you need to make excuses for people and don't actually think that they are capable of fixing their own situation. They're not being held down by anybody but themselves. They are their own worst enemy. They're just making everybody else out to be their enemy because they don't want to hold themselves accountable. It's really simple, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of nuts, but it's infantilizing them that keeps them and like continues to keep them down. They're gonna always think.
How Tariq can sit there and be like, blackness is a crime, and say all this shit. It's like the way that you think about your own people is really fucking sad.
He says they're dumb. You didn't watch his interview where he said that? Where he said that non-white people or non-white supremacists are too dumb to get out of that or something?
Wow, no.
He said white supremacists are smart. That's what he's like. They're the smartest people in the world. That's why they have this empire built and shit.
But then he'll get mad about the IQ shit, which is kind of contradictory.
Yeah, that it is contradictory. And then he says that non-white people are too dumb to fight back. They're not going to. Basically.
Bullshit. That's what it is at the end of the day.
Yeah, that was his interview with that Jesse guy, Jesse Lee Patterson or whatever his name.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh yeah, you should watch that. It's interesting. It's
Jesse
funny
Patterson?
too.
Patterson?
I think that's his name. Patterson, maybe? Yeah, I forget that guy, that super conservative Christian guy.
I have Brandon Peterson queued.
Mm-hmm. He gave him a Coon of the Year award or something like that.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I had a
little,
and then they'll use
racist
trophy.
terms against their own people.
Yeah.
Too. I was like, what the fuck?
He calls him a coon. He's you a smart guy because you're working within the white supremacy, and and they give you all these gifts.
Jesse Peterson?
Yeah, that's his name. He talks funny.
Got it. Oh yeah, this guy. I'm so gonna watch that.
Yeah, he interviewed Jacqueline Glenn one time.
Sweet.
On
Alf,
I remember this guy.
Yep.
Short black guy.
You don't mind if I give the link to someone, do you?
No, I don't care.
Cool.
Who are you giving it to?
But we're not gonna stay on for too much longer, but for a little bit.
David.
Oh no, he's gonna rape me.
Yeah.
Sorry if you guys hear this. I'll close the door.
I pay my. Oh, I forgot. I was gonna tell Devin about that game. I forgot. Man, I'll skip it to him I'll DM him on the link.
Yeah, do that, man.
I just bought it, so if you guys want to play anytime, let me know.
No worries, mate. I'm just
like maybe we'll play it with like a few of us on Discord just to see how it works, and then we could do a live stream at some point.
Sounds like a great plan, mate.
Yeah, it's $5 right now, so I was like, fuck it, I'll buy it. I also bought the DLC, which is like 99 cents for like a whole bunch more questions.
Fuck it, why not? That's
nice. $6 I got the game and a bunch of extra questions. Quiplash. Copy. Discord.
I'm pressing the wrong buttons here.
Stop pressing the wrong buttons. I mean, David. Where is he?
Probably face fucking something.
Yeah. He has like a cardboard cut out of me, and he cut out the the mouth and shit. Put it on a pillow.
I wouldn't be surprised. He is a little bit obsessed with you.
Jay, there's an arse on your wall. Sorry, Cameron. Arse. I'm telling you, you should look for that stream where Amy bent over in front of the fridge and print out a big poster of it and put it over that poster. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's gone now, probably. Oh no,
it's on Devin's channel.
One of Devin's channel. Yeah. You should print it out. You should print it out and put it on your wall to take the place of that one.
No.
No, for the Jamie show. Oh yeah. This is what happened, and I'm about to message Devin, and in the process of doing it, I got caught up on something else and then forgot to do it.
What you like? Yeah, I don't know where David is. He probably doesn't live on Twitter 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Well, didn't he just ask you for it?
No, he replied like 13 minutes ago saying, so jealous. So I was like, check your DMs.
I messaged him. Told him it's a game we can all play together, and it's $5 on Steam.
Sound.
Are you working tonight?
No. Oh yeah. At 3:30.
You gotta take a nap and stuff.
Yeah, at some point. I mean, it's still kind of early. It's 7:30 now.
Yeah.
But as I said, I sent Devin the link, and I bought that game, Quiplash. If you didn't hear, Amy. So, one of these days, maybe tomorrow or something, we could try it out, like between a couple of people on Discord, and see how it works.
Yeah,
if you're down. I don't think she's listening.
She's cooking us dinner, mate.
She's cooking. Hee hee. Do. So, what's everybody got going on for tonight?
Huh?
What are you cooking, Amy?
Chicken breast, yo.
Oh, chicken breast.
The only thing I got going on is me getting into bed at some point.
Yeah.
What?
You're not gonna play no video games?
No, I'm gonna watch that. After this, I'm gonna watch that fucking Russell Brand and Jordan Peterson thing.
Oh yeah, I still gotta watch that too. I'll watch that at some point.
I'm gonna watch that Jesse Lee Peterson and Tariq thing too. I've honestly watched that. I swear I'm such a masochist because I've watched that Tariq and Taylor thing twice now.
Yeah.
And like
I haven't even watched it once because I don't need to.
Taylor, like it gets to a point, and it's seriously like 15-20 minutes in of like almost an hour and a half or something, where all he's doing is just smiling, and you can tell he's aghast by just all the shit that he's hearing from this guy. Like, we was Kangs was a literal argument from Tariq Nasheed. We built the pyramids! We was Kangs and shit! Like, wow, man. Like, the fuck? How embarrassing.
Well, hang on. Egyptians aren't black?
No, they're not. But
no, never
to
really.
him,
They're brown.
To him, black people were actually covered the whole planet. Everybody was black. And then Jared was like, okay, where do the white people come from then? Totally glosses it over. Doesn't even like...
He didn't even add to that.
Acknowledge it. So retarded.
That is retarded.
That is.
And like, that guy is a Muppet. He's like, I can't believe he's a real person.
Where do white people come from then, right?
I can't believe how short Amy is. She has to jump so high to get on her counter. It's adorable.
5 feet.
You ever sit on your counter?
I am sitting on the counter right now.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't looking at that. I wasn't looking at it.
Oh,
I see it. Oh my god. You look tall now. Oh, you're like Indian style sitting on it too.
Yeah.
Indian. You ever learn how to be a snake charmer? That's what you should do.
No, that'd be cool though.
That's just where you make up stupid phrases, right? Yeah. Yeah, it looks fun. I've seen Bearing and a bunch of people play it, and it looks kind of cool. And it's like
what is it?
everybody Quiplash, the game I was saying I bought.
Oh yeah.
Yes, $5.
Is it
I bought it.
Quiplash or Whiplash?
It's like Whiplash, but with a Q. Quiplash. Yeah. Quiplash. And basically like whoever's playing, well, like one person opens the game and then everybody else can sign into it through like a code I give them. Like you go on a website and you could put in the code and you could play on your phone or on a PC. And basically they'll ask us questions and everybody will give like silly answers to them. And then the audience will pick which ones are their favorites and stuff.
Yeah.
So it sounds like that'll be fun. We could.
I was saying
I just bought it so we could try it out tomorrow, maybe with some people on Discord and see how it goes, and then we can live stream.
Yeah, I'll be around tomorrow at 1 p.m. is when my interview is. That's for your time.
Yeah. Yeah. So after that, sometime. Usually, I'll take a nap and be up around that time too. So. Whiplash.
It's like 10 o'clock my time.
Well, 4 is well, around after 9. After 9, yeah.
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 Look at her. She's so short and adorable.
Aww. I love watching midgets cook.
Stop it, guys.
Stop it.
Oh my god, where's the charger?
Give me the charger.
Amy, do me a favor. Go stand by your fridge.
All right. Give me 1 sec.
want to see the height difference between her and her fridge?
Yeah, I'm trying to. So short.
My fridge is short too. It's not one of the tall ones.
Oh shit!
See, I probably tower over your fridge. The fridge probably comes up to like here on me. I'm gonna say.
Like I don't know where my measuring tape is.
The fridge looks about my height. Actually, it's probably the fridge is my height, probably.
Yeah. It's like 5'5", 5'6", 5'7", something like that.
Yeah, so it'll come up to about here on me.
You're like 6 feet, right? 6
yeah.
feet. Yeah, I'm a foot shorter than you.
A whole foot. That's crazy. And I'm half a foot shorter than him. That's our range by halves.
Well, I found out Annie's 5'3", so there you go.
Oh, Annie's taller than me too.
Yeah, she looks tiny compared to Jay's.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's so cute when you guys are filming and like you're looking down at her with the camera.
Yeah.
Aww.
That was like that in the last video.
The short. This video.
Yeah.
So cute. Hi, Amy. The tall and the short. Oh, I love Annie.
I mean, we should set up a trip to England together and go visit everybody.
Yeah, I would really like to do that.
Cool, right?
My goal is 2019 for sure, but if I can, I'd like to get there earlier.
Yeah, I would want to do it this year, maybe. Like late this year.
That's fine. Whatever works for you.
Be cheaper too
because we depends on my work situation.
Hotel rooms. Gwanty Wanty.
Hi, Gwanty Wanty. I can't see the chat, so.
Hey.
I'm making Italian sausage burgers tonight. Oh,
I really want like a legit breakfast, you know, with like hash browns and egg. We were talking about hash browns the other day, and now I'm like,
yeah,
I want an English breakfast now.
Home fries.
Hash browns and eggs and bacon and sausage. And
be cool if you can get
pudding. It'd be cool if you can get like and mushrooms and toast and eggy bread.
Eggy bread.
Eggy bread, mate.
That's French toast for you.
Yeah, you gotta have beans as well, mate. Yeah.
I'm not big on beans for breakfast. I mean, I'll eat it, but I'm not big on that.
I try it for trying it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll eat it. I've had beans for breakfast before, but it's not breakfast food to me, you know.
No, see, do you know what I do at Christmas? Because I like cooking at Christmas, and I do for breakfast. I do like a buffet English breakfast. So I'll cook a ton of sausages, bacon, egg, scrambled egg, eggy bread, beans, mushrooms. I'll just do it all and then put it on the table. People can just help themselves.
Yum, 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 yum.
You know it.
Fucking breakfast food is the best. Like, if I didn't give a shit about what I ate, I would eat breakfast food like all the fucking time.
Yeah, me too.
Dude, that shit is great. So
omelets.
Good.
Oh, I love omelets.
Oh, I love omelets.
Or like the Jersey breakfast I was showing you the other day, with like, but you get it with like over easy toast with fucking eggs with toast, buttered toast, and you like dip it in the yolk. Oh, it's so good. Yeah. With some side of sausage.
I love
making Italian sausage burgers. But I just remembered I don't have bread. I might have to run and get bread before I make it.
Is that something that you eat all the time, bread?
Yeah, I love bread. I fucking love the shit out of bread.
Yeah, I don't buy it, but I love it.
Amy, I'm one of these people that's I'll eat what the fuck I want and then I'll deal with that problem later.
Yeah. I do that like every once in a while where I go on these crazy binges, but
why don't
too crazy.
Why don't you get pita bread or tortillas?
It's just the flour carb is bad.
Yeah, but it's not as much. It's way less. Yeah. Especially with like tortillas. You can get corn tortillas even.
You have a way faster metabolism than I do. Like it's fucking hard for me to
tortillas. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I like whole wheat tortillas are good. I get
whole wheat is good too.
Or pumpernickel bread. Like I don't get regular.
Oh, pumpernickel bread is so good.
I fucking love pumpernickel.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Sourdough is my favorite, and that's
sourdough is very good too.
So good. Strawberry jam on sourdough toast, man. Oh.
Sourdough burgers are good too.
Oh my god, I've never tried that.
Really?
I actually got sourdough roll for dinner today. I was like, fuck it.
Remember for a bit here, it got popular to have for pretzel rolls, bread.
Yeah, we had a pretzel really bagel here at Tim Hortons that was really good. It was like
nice.
Crispy on the outside, but the bread part was really light and fluffy.
Yeah.
So it was not as heavy as a regular bagel.
I like that, but it was like a fad. We only had it for a bit, and now you don't see it as much anymore.
Gone now.
All this talk of food makes me want food.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get off and start cooking.
Do you guys just want to end? What do you guys want to do?
Yeah. We ended it.
So
thanks everybody for coming.
Thank you everyone for coming to the Jamie Show.
No, fuck you. The Alf Benny Raw show, all right? You guys are jerks, subjugating my show, keeping it down, keeping me away from generational wealth.
But you won't be kept away from generational change.
All right, so thanks for coming.
I love you guys.
See you, everybody.
Bye.
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 How do I terminate this? Stop.